Hello guys, welcome to the Anicap world. Today I'm going to recap the anime in which our main protagonist is someone who is shy and has been misunderstood by everyone around him. That has led him to become strong enough to take down any foe. The story is all about this shy person who blushes whenever receives thanks, who despises of people and who is only interested in fighting, who understands fighting is the only thing he can do, and how he comes to a place where he becomes the savior of the town. So let's jump into the story and enjoy this beautiful recap with me. The story begins as we watch someone barely managing to stay on a tightrope, while students were gossiping about how he keeps getting into fight and how he is nothing but troublesome. And even his parents were discussing about how dangerous he is. Everyone was thinking about how dangerous he is to even look at, cause he always get into fight. But he is someone who doesn't know how to interact with people. So that was expected if he is misunderstood by his looks. Everyone despises of his looks and insult him based on his appearance, as he refuses to dye his hair black and his eyes color were also wrong. People were assuming and talking that he's cursed based on his appearance and thinks that he is nasty, and they were thinking eventually he is going to fall off the rope. Then we see our angry protagonist for first time, named as Sakura, as he explains that he likes the strong people and he doesn't give a damn about those who are weaker than him. Then we saw nearby some peoples are harassing a girl asking if she wants to go somewhere and do something, and then she replied that she would like to break some eggs on their head, but that would just going to be a waste of good eggs. The guy wants her not to act all high and mighty, and he stops her bouncing. Sakura then explains that what he hates the most are weak people who think they are strong, and Sakura then interferes with the gang of harassers and tells them that it's too early to be acting so stupid, and the leader tries to attack Sakura. But sad to say that Sakura despises these type of people and the most who is weak. But Sakura despises these type of people the most who is weak and try to act strong. After that, Sakura knocks the leader down easily and wonders about what the hell is going on in his head that make him think that he is strong when he is not. After that, Sakura demands them to remember his name and face so that they can warn all the weaklings they know to run when they see him. Sakura is a bit of psycho because he also wants them to know his name so that they can tell the strong people how to find him. He then announces that he is Sakura Haruka from Furin High School, and Sakura leave these jerks, but the girl stop him to say thank you. But our protagonist is shy and he never gets compliments, so he was confused and he was wondering if she is talking to him. Then she confirms that she is talking to him, and then Sakura gets flustered, but hiding his incapability take compliments by saying that he only smacked those dudes because they were annoying and he didn't do anything to help her. Sakura then turned down her offer to grab something to eat, but she ends up feeding him anyways. She tells him that he is not from around here and there are not too many people that come to visit this spot, and she explained that the gang of harassers that just he fought has been causing a lot of troubles, and that was a concerning to people's safety. She admits that she is also not from around here. She admits that she also not from here, and she introduces herself as Kotoha Tachibana. Sakura can't wrap his head around why is she being nice to him, because most people would be scared of him, especially after he just beat up 5 guys. Sakura reluctantly chews down the food when she asks him to, but he is blown away by how damn good it is, and he wonders if her joint going to take off. But she corrects him because the dummy is trying to say take out. Then Tachibana pointed out his eyes and hair colors were all messed up. He wondered if she had beef with it. She is more amazed than anything. But our Sakura thinks she wants to throw down a fight. Sakura is surprised because normally people get ghosted by his appearance and demands that he has to dye his hair. Sakura explained that look doesn't matter in a fight, and that's why he came to Furin High, as Furin High is known for having a student with worst grade, but they are also the best fighter. They are the one that slip through the cracks of the other school and ends up at Furin. They straight up brawl every day to decide who is on the top. They are dedicated to fighting the way they even throw down their holidays, and then Sakura is dead set to become the top dog. Tachibana point out that Sakura has high goals, and Sakura admit that he is dumb and all he knows is fight. But to him, nothing sounds better scrapping his way to top than this place fits for him. Fighting is something that sounds better to him to become the number one. Tachibana soon realizes that why he is in uniform already when a school doesn't even start until tomorrow. It's because he's all hyped up. Embarrassed, Sakura explained that he just moved on, so he didn't have anything else to wear. But she just teases him more. Then our boy Sakura resorts to fighting. Our boy Sakura is always resorts to fighting as always and demands that they should take this argument outside. Just then Tachibana, eldest customer, almost forget his bag, but Sakura reminds him and Sakura heads home. He thinks about how strange that entire interaction was, as the old man gave him some candies and asked Kotoha to thank Sakura. While in the thought of whole interaction, Sakura called the whole town weird as he can't take any praise. He also thinks Kotoha is a weird person as she points out that he is wearing uniform even when a school will start tomorrow. And also, she told Sakura that his appearance looks strange, but according to Sakura, his appearance freaks out people and they think of him as someone not to be trusted. People always stay on guard around him. And then he remembered an incident in which he once found someone's wallet and people directly accused him of stealing. It was just then Kotoha explained that Sakura made the right choice of coming to Furien High. But she explained that Sakura can't be able to become the top dog. And then she adds up that he might not be able to beat anyone there. Sakura then pointed out that Kotoha has no clue about how strong he is. And then she told him that she admits that he is strong, but still only a strength is not going to help him reach the top. And main problem is that he is all alone. Sakura gets mad and told her that he is not weak to rely on other and leaves. Meanwhile, Kotoha clarifies that she isn't talking about physical strength and she suggests him to meet some Furien High kids and then he's going to stand out. Then nearby, a group of handlooms are wreaking havoc and some poor ladies were calling for someone's help. Then Sakura bumps into same dudes from earlier and the leader is surprised that he came straight up and he calls our boy Sakura poor in fear and trash. But Sakura just tried to boss him off the leader as nearby a group of handlooms were wreaking havoc and some poor lady were calling for help. Then Sakura runs into same guys from earlier and leader is surprised that he came here and he calls our boy fear in trash. But Sakura just tried to ignore him. Then the leader point out that he didn't forget his face and mocks Sakura for his appearance. But the guy is shocked when he realizes that Sakura's hair and eye color are real and they thought that it was just a cosplay. But he points out that it being real is even more disgusting. Then Sakura smiles as this is what a normal reaction on his appearance is supposed to be. And this is the disgust feeling that he has gotten used to. But it's okay, because he has given up on all that and Sakura still wants to feel like he has value. Though if he can beat whoever in front of him, then he can feel like he is better than them. But the problem is that Sakura can't stop thinking about how Tachibana told him that he won't be top dog because he is alone. Then the leader declares that he is going to start a war against Furien for Sakura punching him. But Sakura isn't even listening as he is still focused on Tachibana's board. Then he punches the leader again and declares that he isn't the one who avoiding people. Sakura lets out his true feeling about his appearance. That doesn't make sense how people act. He knows better than anyone that he looks weird, but he never did anything to the people that insult him. This is just who he is. Sakura starts beating down the huge group of thugs in his mind, but in his mind, as long as he is the strongest and the best fighter, he will be the top dog. Being alone has nothing to do with it. The gang tries to attack him all at once, but it's of no use as Sakura is more skilled than them. Sakura instantly takes on any opponent that comes near him and the fight is somehow heavily one-sided. Even though Sakura is outnumbered, just one of the thugs take. After that, Tachibana comes out of the restaurant after hearing the noise and one of the thugs takes Tachibana as hostage, but he plays a stupid move. Then Tachibana comes out of the restaurant after hearing the noise and one of the thugs just take, but he pays as it clearly was a stupid move as Sakura instantly knocks him down and Tachibana again thank him, but Sakura once again explained that the thugs were just pissing him off. After that, the thugs try to use knife, so he tells that idiots to keep fighting clean. Then one guy sneak up to him, but he just end up leaning. They try to use a knife, so he tells those idiots to keep the fight clean. And one guy tried to sneak up on him, but he just end up learning learning a valuable lesson as Sakura fights up even more of them, but he is hindered by having to stay in one place to defend Tachibana. He wonders why he is defending her in the first place, and then he reminds himself that helping others never ends well. But still Sakura continues to defend her. But eventually one of the thugs uses the knife to cut leg of Sakura, and Sakura was really in a bad spot now. As he thinks about why he has to defend people when he is fighting, he again questions himself why he decided to help her and prepares to take a bat right on his skull. But then someone stops the attack, and Sakura notices that this stranger is wearing a Furin High uniform. This guy surprisingly stops the bat with his back and tells Tachibana not to tell a certain person that she was in danger. This guy surprisingly stopped the bat with his back and tells Tachibana not to tell a certain person that she was in danger. Then this guy wipes out the white builder and tells the other punks that they made a real mess in this town, and his buddies arrive, and the guy furiously tells the gang that they are in big trouble. Backup has arrived, but they are disappointed to see so few opponents, as they didn't all need to come to fight. Sakura is in absolute shock as he can't understand why Furin is saving him. Then the thugs are terrified to see the one who is named as Hiragi, but they are confident that they can win since they outnumber them by a lot. Then Hiragi tells the other to make quick work of these guys, so they begin to absolutely demolish them. But then one guy goes to attack Sakura, and Sakura gets caught in a terrible spot. As his leg can't move, Hiragi saves him again and tells Sakura to stand back if he is hurt. Sakura furiously points out that he is not his boss and explains that the thugs were his to fight. Hiragi just tells him to stop moving around since it's make harder for him to protect Sakura. Sakura is completely shocked and looks around to find the peoples of the town are cheering for the Furin guys. Sakura can't believe what he is hearing, and Tachibana reminds him about how she said that the town's public safety was nearly non-existent. However, this was only true until 2 years ago. After that, all changed, and it was thanks to the student of Furin High. The first thing they did was to put up a notice board at the town's entrance and states that if someone brings trouble on their town by harming people or property, they will be the ones to get into trouble, no matter who they are. Then Tachibana explained that somewhere along the line, the townspeople gave the fear and students a new name because they fight to protect the town, and they are known as Townswoferin in Shield, called as Windbreaker. After the fight, all the townspeople come out to thank the boys. Although they used to be known as low-grade handlooms, the Furin students are now well respected in the community. However, they still do not quite a bit. They are known as Townswoferin in Shield, called as Windbreaker. After the fight, all the townspeople come out to thank the boys. Although they used to be known as low-grade handlooms, the Furin students are now well respected in the community. However, they still do fight quite a bit. They are beloved by everyone, but most importantly, they are needed. Sakura is shocked at how different this town is. Since the fighters are treated like heroes, they have the appearance of thugs and they even fight all the time, but no one is afraid of them. Sakura is overwhelmed with emotion as he is shocked when the townspeople tell him that what he did was a great job holding his own. Then some little lady even offers to treat his wounds, but Sakura can't take all the kindness and demands that they all stop Tachibana calmly, and they all stop. Tachibana then calmly begins to tend to his wounds and reminds him that she said that he was all alone. However, she explained that she could tell right away that he wasn't choosing what to be. She can't figure him out, but she explained that the people of this town need his strength. Sakura can't handle everything that is happening, and he declares that he doesn't need anyone and he doesn't want to get involved. Then Tachibana is quick to point out that his action says something different. He reminded the old man about his bag. He also fought hard to protect Tachibana. Then she points out that he actually hasn't given up on people and he doesn't have to be at the very least. She declares that she won't turn her back on him, so she asks that he turns towards her as well. Then Tachibana said that this is the way in which he can become what he wanted. Sakura still has a hard time accepting it, and all that makes sense. Sakura still has a hard time accepting it all, and he makes a mad dash towards the other as he leaps into the air and points out how he seemed to be playing hero. Now he admits that all his stuffs about being the town's shield sounds really cool, and he absolutely destroys the gang's leader, but that was terrorizing the town. Everyone watches in shock, and Sakura wonders if people will really stick by him. There we can learn that this is the story about how how a low grade who only knew how to fight become the town's hero. Sometime later, Sakura arrived at Tachibana restaurant, furious for having to carry grandma. She fears that she might get hurt getting off his back, but he just tells Granny to hurry up. Grandma then shocks Sakura with her dismount, and he is furious since she told him that her hips hurt so much, but she couldn't walk. Sometimes later, Sakura arrived at Tachibana's restaurant, furious for having to carry old grandma. She fears that she might get hurt getting off his back, but he just tells Granny to hurry up. Grandma shocks our boy with her dismount, and he is furious since she told him that her hips hurt so much that she couldn't even walk. But the old lady thanks him, but Sakura still doesn't know how to handle such kindness. Then Tachibana stops him before leaving and gives him some food. As today his entrance ceremony, she once again determines that he is all bumped up to go. He denies it, but she completely understands that since there is a lot of interesting character at Fiorin High. Just then, some kid named Nirei arrives. Falling flat on his face, he wonders what Tachibana thinks about his new uniform. But Sakura points out that he still has the tags on his jacket. Nirei managed to get all the tags of his jacket. Then Tachibana informs Sakura that the two of them will be in the same grade. Nirei notices Sakura's strange hair and eye, so Sakura thinks he might have a problem with it. Then Nirei is surprised by his attitude and determines that Sakura must have rough always been. Nirei notices Sakura's strange hair and eye, so Sakura thinks he might have a problem with it. Then Nirei is surprised by his attitude and determines that Sakura must have it rough always, being so stressed out at his young age. Nirei tries to figure out why some nobody like Sakura come to their town. Sakura is insulted, but Tachibana assures him that Nirei is like that with everyone. Nirei eagerly points out that Fiorin High is no ordinary school. Members of both Fiorin stood up to protect the locals. They defend the weak and crush the wicked. So they are heroes of justice. Everyone that comes to Fiorin admires that. They all want to help and protect the town as well as. Nirei is one of them, but he wonders why someone with no ties to Fiorin like Sakura come to their town. Then Sakura makes his intention very clear and reveals that he is here to take the top spot. Protecting the town is great and all, but there is a lot of strong people here, and Sakura just wants to be the best among them. Nirei gets very serious and tells him that he shouldn't say things. He will never be able to do his reason for saying this because he fears Sakura will go bald. Sakura has had enough of his little comedy routine and he demands that they fight. But it's getting late and Nirei must leave as he wants to do 3 rounds of town patrol before the entrance ceremony. He then declares that starting today he will be a hero of justice. But he shows just how clumsy he is. As he leaves, then Tachibana points out how funny kid he is. But Sakura can't believe a dog like him wants to be a hero of justice. Then Tachibana is surprised to hear Sakura talking about someone else. But Sakura meant the guys like him are the type who are always chicken out in fights to him. Nothing is lamer. Then Tachibana says it's just his assumption. But Sakura explained that he has seen as sickening amount of times. Tachibana then takes a moment to teach him something. She points out. Tachibana says it's just his assumption. But Sakura explained that he had seen it as sickening amount of times. Then Tachibana takes a moment to teach him something. Then she points out that the coffee fruit is much of different color than the coffee beans and that she has in jar. But the lesson is that if you look at the things only from one perspective, you will never be able to see his true shape. She doesn't think he should be so quick to make assumption and encourage him to get to know people better. So he has to figure out what they really are like. Sakura really takes this valuable lesson and he just figured that she means Nirei is a good fighter as a disappointment, as she wonders if fighting is all he cares about. After he leaves, Sakura still thinks he's right. Just then he is stopped by and offered some bread. He is pretty confused, so the baker explained that Fiorin kids are always helping out the town and he just want to give back, and they recognize Sakura as one of those who stood up against the gang other day. Before that, and they point out that everyone is talking about him. Sakura doesn't know how to handle praise and leaves, but they insist that he has to take some sandwiches for lunch. As Sakura goes through the town, he finds that several other people feel the same way. Sakura can't figure out what's going on and wonders what is wrong with all the people in this town. They are acting way too nice to a guy like him. But Sakura realizes that it is just he was assuming that they would treat him poorly. Then Sakura is shocked when a girl begs him for help. Then we saw some people are nearly beating Nirei. Nirei gets beat up for stopping a guy from bothering a girl. The guy just mock him for thinking he could protect the town, and they declare that he is the one who needs to be protected. Nirei tries to make them take it back, but he just get pushed around the guys, and guys are surprised though, and they declares that those who cause pain or bring destruction to the town will be purged by Buffurine. The guys all have a good laugh and points out that only guys in superhero shows talk like that, and points out that only guys in superhero shows talks like that. The leader gets really annoyed and declares that it doesn't matter if Nirei is a windbreaker. He is the one that will be purged. The guy prepares to attack him, but Sakura shows up just right at time and helps Nirei, as Nirei was shocked and wondered why Sakura is saving him. But Sakura doesn't even pay attention. The bullies laugh as Sakura is there to save his body. But Sakura is insulted by that and he reveals that it's not true. He just hates weaklings that thinks they are strong. Then Sakura declares that it makes him sick, so he decided the bullies to show them what they can do. And he just hates weaklings that think they are strong. Sakura declares that it makes him sick, so the bullies decided to show them what they can do. Nirei fears for his safety and he is sure that Sakura can't beat them on his own. But there is nothing to worry about as all the guys were unconscious just in seconds. Later, Nirei is surprised that he handled them in the blink of an eye and wonders just who he is. Nirei is terrified of him now, but he still thanks Sakura for his help, and he is sure that Sakura is disappointed that someone like him is in Buffurine and attending Furine High, but Sakura just point out that he wasn't saving him. Sakura calls him a typical loser and warns Nirei that he should know what he is capable of. Nirei explained that he always used to get beat up in the middle school, and one day he was saved by someone from Furine High, and it was someone that he would normally be scared of in that moment. Though the guy was really cool, so Nirei wanted to be just like him, who just came to Furine. One day he was saved by someone who is from Furine High, and it was someone that he would normally be scared of in that moment. Though that guy was really cool, so Nirei wanted to be just like him, and Nirei came to Furine to become just as awesome. But he breaks down that he realizes he is just pathetic. Then Sakura thinks about how he assumed that Nirei was the type of chicken out in fights, but it clears that he actually stood up for himself. Sakura tells Nirei that he's a big fighter, but there is a chance that he might not be that stupid. Nirei is shocked, and the girl he protected arrives to thank him for sticking up to her, and she thanks Sakura too, but he tries to get out of there. Then Nirei stops him once again and breaks out his little book and asks many questions about his weight, height, blood type, hobbies, all the things. The kids goes crazy and analyzing Sakura and taking notes on him. Sakura stops him, so Nirei explains that he just likes gathering data on guy he likes and thinks they are cool. Sakura just tell him to do whatever he wants, so Nirei explains that he just like gathering data on guys he likes and thinks that they are cool. Sakura just tells him to do whatever he wants, so he takes this as an invitation to watch Sakura up close, and then personally offers to show him around the town and reveals that while he might not be able to help him in fight, but he's the best guide when it comes to the town and the people. Then Sakura is even more surprised when Nirei declares that he can guide Sakura all the way up to top. Moments later, Nirei must encourage Sakura to get going, but he is busy eating because he gets really hungry after fighting. Sakura is amazed by how good the bread is, and near he gets caught up in it too. But he realizes that they have to hurry up and go to a school and to eventually make it there. And Sakura is excited since there will be a bunch of people like those guys he met before. Nirei finds out that class roster, where he is delighted to find out that he and Sakura are in the same class. Nirei is amazed by all the people names on the list, but he doesn't actually know them personally. But there are just peoples whom he admires. Sakura doesn't think it matters who is in their class, but Nirei points out that there will be spending a lot of time around these people. And just then Nirei is shocked by one name in particular particular. And Sakura points out that he has lost all his energy. Nirei gets over it. The Sakura tries to be friendly to everyone in class and he tries to encourage him to smile at him. Sakura thinks he must be joking, but Nirei points out that the members of both Wofferin gathered together to protect the town. But Sakura is not from there, so the guys definitely won't like him. And they will ask Sakura why he came to Furin High. Then Nirei thinks that it will be very important to show that Sakura is harmless and both not your enemy. Sakura isn't even listening though. Nirei wonders why he is shocked when Sakura says he is just getting ready for anything. Then Nirei is disappointed that he wasn't listening and points out as an outsider even the slightest misunderstanding could turn the entire school against him. Sakura doesn't actually care if every single person going to turn against him, as he reminds Nirei that he is here to fight his way up to the top. Then Sakura enters the class and is horrified when it becomes pretty obvious that everyone is staring at him, and Nirei is horrified when it becomes pretty obvious that everyone is staring at Sakura. The class is filled with tough looking students, but Sakura couldn't ask for anything better. But one student who knows who Sakura is, but Sakura instantly One student knows who Sakura is, but Sakura is on high alert. Nirei apologizes for him and instantly recognizes the student from his book. And then this kid says he is Jack Sparrow. Sakura falls for it at first, and Nirei had no freaking idea that this skull-looking dude could be such a prankster. Nirei actually knows his name, and his name is Suo. Then Suo says his patch seals away an ancient Chinese spirit in right eye. Sakura loses his temper when he realizes that this kid is all talk, but then Suo gets serious and steps up to Sakura. The vibe gets tense, and Nirei thinking that people from out of town really are get treated as abnormal. Sakura gets ready to throw down some punches and Nirei is scared. Then there might no way to stop it. Just then he was shocked when Suo just pat on Sakura's back and compliment him for being the star of Main Street Brawl that happened the day before. The other student wonder what he's talking about. So Suo explained that before Hiragi showed up, Sakura was already holding the fight down and protecting the town. Nirei had no clue about this, and other students started gathering around Sakura. There were rumors about some unknown student in Furin uniform, and they are glad that this person did a solid job helping the town, and they get a bit too close for comfort. But Nirei figures it's better than turning on Sakura. It's pretty clear that they don't see him as an enemy. So Nirei relaxes because the person he was scared of before should be cool with Sakura. These dudes still wonder why Sakura came to Furin in the first place. So Sakura spills that he came to snatch the top spot, but they all are surprised. So Nirei tried to explain that Sakura and there to hold them down and beat them up, but Sakura says he actually is. But his new buddy steps in and tells him to chill. Just then a table gets tossed and it's some straight up terrifying student. Sakura gets an excited look on his face, but Nirei begs him to not to fight that guy. He is the most dangerous dude in the class and maybe even in the whole school, and his name is Kyotaro. Sakura declares he prefers fighting mad dogs like him. So Kyotaro says he will crush him. Kyotaro throws a powerful punch, and Nirei is shocked when he realizes that Suo instantly moved him out of the way. Sakura dodges it too and gives props to Kyotaro, saying he is the type he expected to see at Furin High. Kyotaro gets even more pissed, but Sakura is loving every second of it because that's exactly what Sakura was hoping for. Nirei is breaks, but Suo is pumped to see some to go down. Suo explained that Sakura screwed up by claiming he would go to the top dog in front of Kyotaro. Sakura is trying his best to dodge Kyotaro attack, while Suo spills that Kyotaro has been rapping fear in high school since he was in the middle school. Because of his dedication, Kyotaro was the only one allowed to call himself Buferin before officially starting. He is damn loyal to the Umemi, the top dog, that he has earned his nickname. The top dog's fanatic. Some other student begs Suo to stop the fight because he convinced the new kid going to get his ass handed to him. Other student begs Suo to stop the fight because he is convinced that new kid is going to get his ass kicked to him by Kyotaro. But everyone jaws drop when Sakura dodges another attack and lands a counter. Sakura points out that Kyotaro is just a fanboy of the top dog, meaning that he can't think of himself. This dude probably can't even make his own damn choices. So Sakura makes it clear that a guy like this doesn't stand a chance against him. Kyotaro is all bloody and pissed off. and is not going to back down. They are about to throw down some more punches, but then some announcement interrupts them. The person on the other end is all clumsy with the microphone, but eventually welcomes all the students to Furin High. Sakura is annoyed as hell by the interruption, and he just wants to get back to kicking asses. But all the other students are totally focused on the announcement, and Sakura wonders who the hell this guy is that managed to grab their attention, and that turns out to be dude's name is Umemiya. Then Sakura figures out that he is the top dog of the school and the toughest man in the whole school. Everyone waiting eagerly to hear what he has got to say, but Umemiya goes and says he forget, and he just tell everyone to remember to enjoy their youth while they are in high school. Now so they should make a shitload of memories. He suggested they all hit the beach and grab some shaved ice cream. He can't freaking believe what his badass saying, but Kyotaro thinks he's trying to mock the top dog. Umemiya figures with so many students here bound to be some beef, but he assumes there aren't troublemakers who start a brawl on the first day. Kyotaro tries to hide the fact that there is some troublemakers throwing fists on the day one. So he wipes the blood off his face. Then Umemiya gets dead serious and for one message, and he tells everyone to defend the damn town. They were given the name Wolverine, so they go to protect the people and their things. That matters, and that's the school one and only rule. And all the students accept that. Sakura is freaking shocked that this dude ain't even here in the damn room, but everybody is all eager to follow his order, and he wondered just how badass of a fighter Umemiya is. Suo wants the two fighters to shake hands and show some deep ass understanding of youth, but Sakura is not even thinking. The fight is over, and yet Nirei wonders why Sakura is turning all red, but Sakura shut his ass up. Suo reminds Kyotaro that Umemiya wouldn't be happy hearing he fought a classmate, and he tells Sakura that showing respect to other students is crucial if he wants to be the top student. Surprisingly, Kyotaro wants to shake hands, so Nirei begs Sakura to hurry up and do it. Sakura gets ready for it and tells everyone to just shake the damn hand. Sakura must have been through some real tough, because he has got to remind himself not to slap Kyotaro's hand away or toss his ass to the ground. Sakura shakes his hand but thinks it's feel weird touching people outside of a fight. Suo is glad to see their youth burning bright, but their grip is so damn tight that they both wonder if others is freaking gorilla. The other student go wild and can't believe Sakura actually landed a hit on Kyotaro. Sakura is surprised by how nice they are being, but he realizes it's been like this whole damn time since he came to Furin High. Sakura is all quiet in his thought, but the other students are wondering if he got choked out, and some joins Sakura in the fun and points out he is not getting choked out that easily in his mind. Though he's thinking he had no freaking clue that people could be so friendly. Just then the students are told to go outside the moment later. Sakura is surprised that they got a paint over all graffiti. Sakura is clueless what the hell they are doing this, but Nirei taking pride in doing a good job, and Suo is complimenting his painting skills. Then we take a look right back before this painting happened. That shows that what went down. When they were told to head outside, the student who ordered them explains he's going to get deep if they take too damn long. It took them almost 8 minutes to get their asses out. So Hiragi explains toddlers could move faster than these dummies. Sakura tells Nirei he saw Hiragi when he saved Tachibana, but Hiragi overhears and gets furious. Sakura isn't supposed to mention Tachibana name there, and Hiragi explains he is going to be in some serious if words get out that Tachibana was in danger. Then Hiragi straight up threatens that some messed up will go down if Sakura doesn't listen, but it turns out that all he does is start coughing up blood. Hiragi pops some stomach medicines and explains that he don't know what brought Sakura to this school, but he choose one hardcore leader to roll with. Nirei is wondering what kind of dude Hiragi is. So Sakura explained that he's type of weirdo to stress himself out until he has got a stomachache and he need an anti-gas pill. Then Nirei is taking mad notes on him and says it's because Hiragi is one of the school's 4 kings. Umemiya is sitting at the top of Furin, and right below him are his generals, the 4 kings. Each one is like a captain of all 3 years of a class. Hiragi splits the students into groups with a 2nd or 3rd year as the captain, and he says they are going to patrol the town. Hiragi is the captain of Sakura's group, which also include Nirei, Suo, and Kyotaro. Kyotaro and Sakura in the same group because Umemiya told Hiragi to keep a close eye on the troublemaking fist fight fighters. Then these guys are shocked that Umemiya knows about the fight. So Sakura points out that he was just defending himself. Hiragi got to pull them apart so they can keep patrolling. Then Sakura points out all they are doing is walking around and wonder why they aren't beating up some intruders. But Hiragi explains that it would be offensive, not defensive. Just walking around in their uniform is enough to scare off all the smaller crew, so that the plan Sakura thinks it's going to be boring. But Hiragi points out that only liking fights doesn't make him much fun either. Right then, Hiragi does his duty and helps an old man on a ladder. Then Hiragi does his duty and helps out on an old man on a ladder. Then it turns out that they are painting over graffiti because that part is Bifrin's job. When they are done, they get some grab as a thank you. Hiragi gets why Sakura is all about fighting, because all of the other Wifrin guys used to have the same way, but eventually they realizes being needed by the townspeople is fun too. So it's some thought and takes a bite of the snack. And then they come across a tunnel where Sakura spots a symbol of a damn ugly dog. Nirei said Sakura would watch his bird, and he explained that they are the border between Bofurine and another team tops. Once they cross the train track, it's a whole different country with its own damn rules, and it would be dangerous to steer up. Some over the other team symbol is a lion's head, and they believe a strength is everything. That's supposed to scare off outsider. But there is another kind of motto. But that's the kind of motto Sakura digs right. Then we saw a middle scholar is getting chased by lionhead fox, and it's clear as day that that kid is not going to make it across the train tracks in time. So Hiragi just bows his head because there is nothing he can do. But it turned out that from nowhere everyone loses their damn mind when Sakura and Kyotaro go all out on the lion's head punk. Nirei is scared because they aren't supposed to mess with the lion's head top. Sakura says the kids is on their damn team. So both Sakura and Kyotaro points out that it was the lion's head fools who started the interference. Sakura tells Kyotaro to bounce because he can handle this solo, but the dude don't listen. The lion's head folks start cloning on their own teammate for getting knocked out with a single kick. But Sakura is thinking about how ruthless they are because they are supposed to be on the same damn team. Right then, the lion folks got feared because someone shows up after seeing what went down. Hiragi can't freaking believe that this dude is actually showed up of all the people, and he spills that he is Lion's Head second in command, named Togami. Togami is wondering what the hell is going on and casually greets Hiragi. Hiragi explains that those fools were chasing one of their students, and Sakura is getting irritated by how chills this dude is. What he can tell that Togami is legit, and when he figures out that Sakura and Kyotaro are the ones who knocked out his team member, the knocked out dude gets up all the pissed off because they broke the rules and stepped into the top. But Togami shocks everyone when he smashes a bottle over his damn head. Togami don't give a damn if it was their top or not. He only cares that this kid lost the damn fight. Togami starts giving this fool punch after punch and explain that losing means he's weak, and the Lion's Head crew doesn't like weak ass member. So he keeps wetting him down. But Hiragi steps and Hiragi tells him that he's part of Togami's crew. But Togami corrects him that he rips off this dude's Lion's Head jacket and says his crew don't need any weaklings. So everyone was in shock seeing their ruthless dude, but Sakura just thinks he's a stupid ass. He thought the Lancet Fox believed a strength was everything, but he points out that beating up the big doesn't really prove a strength. Sakura stands right up to this dude, feeling disappointed because he thought he found a fun crew. Everyone shocked seeing him stand up to Togami, and the Lancet fools are sure to going to end his damn life for saying what he said. But surprisingly, Togami ain't tripping about, and he is more curious about Sakura's funky hair. Togami also ain't feeling Sakura is fast talking, and he gets all serious and says his pieces off. Then Togami straight up announces that he has made his damn decision and declares that he will beat Sakura to a pulp when the time is right. He even claims that he has got Sakura Fest memorized. The lance head crew warns after that, Nirei, a scared shitless, pointing out that Sakura and Kotaro might just have started a damn war. Then Suo calms his asses down and says he don't want Nirei ending up like Hiragi. Hiragi is so damn scared that he got to slam down about 10 anti-gas pills. Nirei tries to remind him not to exceed the recommendation dosage. Nirei wishes Sakura didn't provoke Togomi and says maybe he would have let them off the hook after that kick. But Hiragi knows better. He explained that Togomi is probably the most terrifying dude in the lion's head. Hiragi shocks everyone when he admits that he should have made the first move and apologize. He tells some mid-schooler named Sasaki to come with them so they can report it to Umemiya. Sakura can tell Hiragi's stomach is really acting up now, so he wonders if Hiragi is actually scared as hell of reporting to Umemiya. Umemiya sounded pretty laid back during their announcement, so Sakura is wondering what kind of dude he really is. That get to the rooftop of the school and everyone is amazed at how freaking dope it looks. Hiragi approaches Umemiya and Sakura gets ready to meet the big boss at the school. But all the students were straight up shocked when Umemiya is just psyched about his damn plants. The fool wants to barbecue with everyone in the summer and Sakura is wondering if this dude really is the top dog. Hiragi then says he have got a problem on their hand, but Umemiya says he already knows all about. That makes no sense since nobody could have told him about what happened yet, but it turns out that he is just talking about his damn plant. The rest of crew finally catching on why Hiragi despises reporting to Umemiya. The dude never listens to a damn word. Sakura tries to get his attention, but Kyotaro gets pissed off because he ain't letting anyone talk to his idol's dude. And Kyotaro was ready to throw hands, but then he remembers Umemiya is right here and he wouldn't approve. So they all end up chilling and Umemiya goes on and on about his plant empire when they should be focusing on the real deal. Sakura can't even tell one plant from another while Umemiya might be a good dude. Sakura is more confused that why he's got mad respect from so many people after sitting through Umemiya's plants lecture for what feels like an eternity. The kid who got his ass whooped speaks up and spills about what went down today. He saw a shoplifter causing havoc in the town, so he tried to chase him down. But before he knew, it wandered straight into the lion's head turret. And before he knew, he was in the lion territory and he was chased away by some folk. When he was about to give up, Sakura and Kyotaro swoop in like heroes and save him. Then he says he admired the Furin students so much that he wanted to be like them. But all he did was to start a Furin brawl with Lion's Head, dragging everyone into mess. And for that he is genuinely sorry. Umemiya calls out Sasaki by name and gives him props for doing what he did. Sure he may have caused a war, but what he did while trying to protect the people of his town. So he has nothing to be sorry for. As for the war, he doesn't have to worry about since Umemiya says he will personally handle it. But real talk, he is dying to know about how Sakura and Kyotaro pulled off the risk. So Sasaki explained that they kicked one of the guys off the feet. Umemiya knows damn well the lion's head ain't going to be cool, but he can't help but find it hella amusing. Hiragi steps up and apologizes because all his craziness went down while he was supposed to be keeping an eye on them. But Umemiya ain't blaming him because mistakes happen all the time. Then Nirei rats out Sakura for making worse by taunting Togami. So Sakura explained that he couldn't stand Togami while talking about strength being the only thing that matters while the dude is just picking on the weak. So he said it to his face with no regrets. Umemiya gets what went down, so he gets up and Sakura thinks he's about to throw down. Then he just pats on his head and say he was thinking the same damn thing because those dude got a messed up mindset. And on the another note, Umemiya heard about Sakura's main street heroics yesterday and today he saved Sasaki. So Umemiya gives props for Sakura for looking out for the peeps here because Sakura is getting all the attention and Sakura is feeling some weird sense of ease around him. He is starting to get why folks are drawn to him all the damn time. It's because he has got the presence that makes anyone feel safe. But Sakura ain't getting himself gets all cozy with that warmth. So he straight up slaps Umemiya's hand away right then. There Hiragi gets a call from his boy Kaji, but all he hears are the words lion's head before the call cuts off. Umemiya asks if something is up, but before they know it, they hear a voice on a megaphone. They all look down to the courtyard and see some dude dragging one of the students who knocked the hell out. He claims he is the top dog of Sistorain, otherwise known as Lion's Head, and his name is Tomiyama. This dude come here today and kicked out the hell out of Furin and their students because he wants to have a fair and a square brawl with Umemiya, and his smile shows that how pumped he is. Nirei losing it because the leader of Lion's Head here in the flesh, while Sakura is getting all hyped up because he knows Tomiyama got to be stronger than Togami. Then just Sakura feels the crazy presence behind him, but he can't quite put his finger on it when it comes to see Umemiya bouncing, and he starts telling him, and the others started to follow him too. Once they are all outside, Umemiya tells them to stay the hell out of this. But Sakura being Sakura and insist on throwing down, then Umemiya give him a call as warning straight up, saying that he don't repeat order twice. Sakura is hit with a wave of obedience because he knows he would have get caught to a fist to his face if he talked back. Just now that he is clueless as how Umemiya's whole demeanor switched up so damn quick as he steps up to Tomiyama and calls him out for still holding on one-on-one one of the Furin student by their hair. But Tomiyama just brushes it off and straight up laugh in Umemiya's face about what he did. Sakura is thinking this dude must be hell strong or straight up crazy to have the balls to do this on Umemiya's face like that, and all he really wants right now is to go head on head with Umemiya one-on-one because he got a legit reason. After that, Sakura and Kyotaro pulled Umemiya just stay chill while Tomiyama creeps circling him, still begging for a fight like a kid who wants to go to party. But then Umemiya speaks up and says that while it might be true that Furin started it by knocking out their dude under the bridge, but Tomiyama has gone way harder in retaliation, so he thinks that they call it even now. Tomiyama agrees that what he has done is enough. At least they call it even for now. But that doesn't mean things are settled as he throws a kick at Umemiya's face. Umemiya catches it, but Tomiyama wasn't actually trying to sneak attack him. He just wants to start, so more he has no reason to throw down. He has a reason to throw down with Umemiya. It doesn't make any damn sense why he is so hell-bent on fighting. So Umemiya asks him what is his game. Tomiyama says that it's not necessarily because he wants to brawl out, but because he wants Umemiya over at Lion's Head. He has been mad lonely ever since he took the top spot. But Umemiya on the other hand, he has mad friends to kick it. So Tomiyama come up with a logical solution to take over all the Furin so he can have some damn fun too. Umemiya gets where Tomiyama is coming from, and before he can even try to reason with him, some other member of Lion's Head show up, while Tomiyama is all confused as why they are here, because he didn't call for the backup. They straight up tell him that it was a dangerous move to go solo and attack Furin High like this. Sakura and the other step up to join Umemiya even though he tells them to fall back again. Sakura stands his ground because while he respects a fair duel, he won't stand for a jumping. Tomiyama gets frustrated because he was about to have a legit showdown with Umemiya, so he wants everyone else to bounce already. But Tagami doesn't think a duel is going to go down today, especially with the whole damn student watching them. Umemiya peeps what's about to go down, so he shouts all the student in the class to stay put as he steps forward, saying he will take on Tomiyama in a duel like he wanted. He just want him to tell his crew go back off so it doesn't get messy. Tomiyama finally get his match, but then some punk from Lion's Head start dissing Umemiya, calling him a softie, and that sets off Kyotaro who can't stand no Umemiya hater. Then another one start drowning Suo, say he is basic and he needs accessories to stand out. But with how he holding his hand like an anime girl pose, Suo just find it cute as hell. Togami steps in telling everyone to chill for a second. Then he tells Tomiyama that if he really wants a duel, then he could save it for later, for another time. because it's getting dark already, and if they start fighting in the dark, they won't be able to fully appreciate how badly they beat down the foreign student. Sakura fires back, saying the only face getting smashed in will be Togami's. And since Tomiyama can see there is some serious tension between those, so he suggests that they should turn the duel into a team match instead, so they can have a bunch of one-on-one battle, with Umemiya facing off against Tomiyama, Togami against Sakura, Kyotaro against Arima, and then finally Suo against Kanuma. Then Umemiya says if it's a duel he wants, then the two of them are enough. But now Tomiyama wants to turn into a full-on tournament because that sounds way more fun to him. Then Sakura and others agreed to the terms. When they just think it's settled, another lion's head dude shows up and wants in action. He has got beef with Hiragi, and Hiragi is down to throw down, so he joins the tournament too. With everything sorted, Tomiyama declares that the fate of the lion's head crew is on the line, so they better in their best and have fun later. Then they all heat up at the cafe to eat some food and chill, and Nirei is freaking out because he thinks they are in some deep trouble. Then Sakura is getting real tired of Nirei's whining, but he is the one who has started this whole mess in the first place. Then Tachibana brings some food and tells Nirei there is no point of stressing so damn because it ain't going to change a damn thing. But Nirei got a good reason to be worried, because if something horrible turns off event and Umemiya actually loses, then Warfarin might go down. Then Tachibana sticks to her point, saying worrying won't change anything either. He should know damn that these guys aren't big enough to lose to the lion's head that easily. Sakura straight up demolishes his food like a freaking beast, and once he's done, he asked if he could dip for the day. Nirei's jaws drop at how damn fast he finished, but they got to wait for Umemiya and Hiragi because they stayed back to persuade the other Furin student not to screw things up even more. Sakura gets that, but he's clueless why they had to meet up here of all places. So Suo breaks it down that his joint is like a chillaxing spot for fur and peeps, where they gather up before some major throwdowns. And he just said that Umemiya burst through the door and starts fawning over Tachibana. Sakura thought this meant she was his girl, but they both denied it. Umemiya instead said Tachibana was his darling little sister, but she denied that too, leaving Sakura all kind of confused. But what the heck is their relationship actually is? Then Tachibana is feeling embarrassed to say this, but she explained that she and Umemiya grew up at the same orphanage, and Umemiya just randomly decided she is his sister at some point with no question asked. Sakura doesn't find it all that weird, but he's a bit shocked to learn that she is the little sis in this equation. She said she is only 16, but he thought she was at least 20 or something because she acts way too mature for her age. But as he is saying, Kyotaro goes and throw a damn chair at him, getting on his last nerve. What really freaks him the hell out of the way Umemiya is looking at him like he's about to unleash some serious pain on Sakura. He brushes it off and laughs it out, but then Hiragi reminds Sakura that he better never let Umemiya find out Tachibana ever was in danger or hell is going to break loose a while. Later, Umemiya is chewing down on his food, but Hiragi seems to lost his own thoughts. He's thinking about his ex-top dog's lion's head, and that gets Sakura wondering if lion's head used to be different back in the day. Those dudes believed in pure strength and had a whole bunch of muscles on their squad, but they never stopped so low to chase down some middle schooler and jumped him in Furin. Furin even had a straight up brawl with lion's head once, but it was always satisfying for everyone's involved. But ever since Tomiyama took over, shit's gone really fast. Dudes were picking fight left and right, and things ain't been the same since Umemiya is pretty damn sure Tomiyama is to blame, even though he ain't got all the deeds. But if they throw down tomorrow, they will find out for sure, because sometimes punches are the only language dudes like them understand. When it's closing time, Tachibana shuts down the shop and everyone is about to bounce, but before they leave, Sasaki takes a moment to formally thanks Sakura for stepping up and saving his ass when he was in deep need. And of course, Sakura gets all embarrassed again like a little shy puppy. The next morning, they all get rolled up to the bridge and step into Lion's Head territory for the tournament. And Tomiyama and the rest of the Lion's Head crew were waiting, ready to kick things off. Tomiyama is all pumped up, leading the way, and the Warfarin crew is following suit on the way. Sakura spots that the whole damn place is filled with bars and many things, and it's get even crowded at night, but it also is dangerous. Sakura just now realizes why Nirei is there and points out he is not one-on-one fight. Nirei straight up declares that he is there because because he is a Bofferin member. Even if he can't protect others like them, he at least wants to protect himself. Nirei asks if he can learn by watching Sakura, and Sakura gets all pissed up and tells him to do whatever the hell he wants. But Suo can tell Sakura secretly being flattered. Hiragi gets all bugged up about and wishes they show some damn nerves about the fight. Umemiya tells him to chill a bit and mention that the newbies got mad potential. Tomiyama leads them further into the area and formally welcomes them to Orion, the secret lair of the Lion's Head. Then Nirei explains to others that Lion's Head lair used to be a movie theater called Orion, but it went up nowadays and they call it Orion like a cage. They all step into the theater and Lion's Head crew cheers like crazy as they announce the fight is about to enter the arena. The crowd going wild and unruly, and Nirei was straight up terrified. Suo gets why they call it cage now, because this place is a damn den of wild beasts who are wondering if they are going to make it back home or even make it out alive. Sakura sees this and reminds Nirei that he is here just to learn, so he tells him to keep his eye forward, and Nirei refocuses on the Tomiyama as he announces it's time to kick things off, and Umemiya points out he turned his whole things into a spectre. Umemiya tells his crew that even though it's a big event, the only fight that truly matters is his one-on-one with Tomiyama. The rest of their wins or losses doesn't matter, so they should feel chill. When they step on the stage, Sakura straight up rejects that and declares she ain't planning to lose, whether it counts or not. The others agree and Umemi is stoked about how dependable they are. Then Tomiyama wants to throw down with Umemi first, but that ain't going to happen as they are not going to let their captain start the battle. Then the blonde hair dude wants to first fight because he has been shooting daggers at Kyotaro with his eye the whole damn time. Everybody is cool with it, so they had the stage. Then Sakura reminds Kyotaro that they still got unfinished business, and if he loses to this loser, then Sakura doesn't want to fight him ever again. Kyotaro, as always, ain't got no word and just head to the stage. The blonde dude name is Yukinari, so Nirei looks him up his little book, and Yukinari is known for being a heavy hitter, breaking ribs with just one punch. Suo tells them not to worry because Kyotaro is pretty much the same, but Umemiya straight up shocks them when he says that they aren't even in the same league on a stage. Yukinari annoyed by Kyotaro's stare, and he pulls a dirty trick to distract Kyotaro by faking something bad happened to Umemiya, and he takes advantage and lands a punch, calling Kyotaro an idiot for losing focus in a fight. But Sakura knows it's not nothing to worry about, though Kyotaro just building up his rage and straight up knocks Yukinari. He calls Yukinari an idiot and reminds him to show respect when talking about Umemiya. Yukinari shocked the hell out, but Sakura was just disappointed by how big he was. The Lion's Head dude can't believe he got knocked out so easy, and he wonders who the hell is this Bifferin and knew why. Is Nirei points out Kyotaro only needed one punch, and the Lion's Head dude getting concerned. Tomiyama on the other hand finding it amusing how tough Kyotaro is. Bifferin dude peeps them and see how focused Togami is. Now Tomiyama wants to throw down with Kyotaro, so Togami has to tell him to chill and wait for his turn. Nirei straight up stunned by their reaction. They don't give a damn about the dude who lost. They are out here complimenting the opponent. Then Nirei is more certain even that there is definitely something off about these dudes. Umemiya points out Kyotaro has always been tough as nails. It ain't no surprise a punch on the face doesn't faze him. Nirei was still shocked, but Sakura ain't because he already gone up against Kyotaro. The others are stoked because this means Sakura finally accepts Kyotaro's strength, but Sakura is too embarrassed to admit it. While they argue, Umemiya peeped the Lion's Head leaders, Tomiyama wondering how Togami would take down Kyotaro if they had to throw down. Umemiya watching closely because Togami is so focused that he doesn't even answer Tomiyama's. His seriousness got trauma, all hyped for more fighting, so he tells a couple of his dudes to clear the stage. The dudes are tired of dragging Yukinari, so they just decided to toss him off the stage into the ground. They clowning Yukinari for being so big and kicking his knocked out body, which makes Nirei calls them out for being a state of awful. Nirei is horrified when Sakura tells these two dudes to not even talk near him. He never wants to hear them talk about being worshippers of power even again, and it embarrasses him just hearing wimps like them speaks. Suo joins in and points out that the kids like them just won't understand till they get defeated. The dude dudes getting furious and wondering if they are looking for a fight. Their anger turns to a state of tear though when Tomiyama, dead serious, tells them to step back because they aren't their opponent. Sakura is all eager to throw down next, but Suo declares it his turn to fight. The quiet kid Suo points out his opponent looking hella stressed so he would get some exercise. The kid named Kanuma and all the lion's head dudes cheering him on as Suo gets ready to fight. He explained he thought Sakura was dumb for aiming for top spot, so Sakura get furious. But Suo explained he was wrong. He thought Sakura words are empty and meaningless, but now he knows Sakura actually got some backbones. Suo thinks that he is top as hell as he is going to give it so he can keep up with Sakura. Sakura never knows what to say in these situations, so he just tells Suo to hurry the hell up and get on the stage. Nirei is searching for info about Suo in his book, but Sakura is more interested in learning about Suo. Nirei explained Suo was famous for being strong in the middle school. Sakura can tell just by looking at him, but unfortunately Nirei ain't got no more info. Hiragi explains he heard about Suo quite a bit, but he ain't got no details about him either. Same goes for Umemiya, but he could tell from the moment they met Suo is a kind dude on a stage. He turns out Takuma pissed as hell after seeing Yukinari get knocked out. A stage turns out as Kanuma was pissed as hell after seeing Yukinari gets knocked the hell out. Suo points out that this ain't like a lion's head dude because they treat their own members like crap. Kanuma reveals he had known Yukinari his whole damn life and they always had each other's back. Suo points out that he only wheezes when he is a victim and that's some childish behavior. So Suo straight up cloning him, talking to him like he's a little boy, and Sakura thinking about how the look on the Suo face is that of a gentleman. Suo mockery makes Kanuma attack, but everybody is shocked when Suo dodges that easily. Everybody watches as Suo keeps drowning him, suggesting they both start acting like grown-ups. Now Kanuma is scared as hell because he can't understand how Suo got behind him so damn quick, so he decided to attack faster, but that just end up getting tossed to the ground. Every attempt at landing a hit fails and Kanuma getting even more and more frustrated when Suo keeps insulting him. Suo just playing with this dude and Nirei is amazed because he's making it looks like opponent is tripping all his own. The crowd getting annoyed with Kanuma and telling him to stop letting himself get played. Kanuma think about how they ain't got a damn clue what it's like to have every damn move you make easily countered, and he wished they could try and throw down with Suo. Umemiya realized Suo is not regular gentleman and Sakura points out he ain't get a ounce of kindness. He is hella ruthless, tormenting a weaker opponent and making him look like a damn fool. Kanuma gets straight up wrecked up, so that makes it clear how big the skill gap is between them. Sakura says he would want to end himself if he was Kanuma, but of course he ain't ever going to be in that position. Hiragi is surprised to see Suo trying to prove a point in this fight, and Umemiya figures it's because he got influenced by someone else. Nirei realized that too and think about how Suo wants to keep up with Sakura. Suo's fight got Sakura's attention, so he wondering how he can get Suo at seriously throw down with him. The fight keeps going, but it's clear as a day that Suo is playing with Kanuma. Suo barely got a move to dodge all his attacks and he dropped Kanuma once again. The crowd turning against Kanuma and he is horrified when he sees that Tomiyama has fallen asleep watching the fight. Even when worse is that Togami is not impressed at all and he remembers what happened to the weaklings under the bridge. Kanuma starts panicking and his heart racing like crazy. Suo sees this better than anyone and he explained that Kanuma finally starting to figure out what it takes to be a grown-up adult. Kanuma losing his damn mind, so he goes in for an attack, but Suo shut him down, and then Kanuma was shocked when Suo revealed he already know what's going on his head, and Suo assumes Kanuma imagining himself turning into a person he used to mock, and that's good for him because the answer for being an adult is imagination. Kanuma is scared as hell, but Suo calmly points out he can move on to the next step. Now Suo keeps being ruthless with his teaching and explaining to Kanuma that he need one more thing to turn his imagination into reality. Suo gets ready to attack, so Kanuma begs him to stop. Right then, Togami asks Suo to end the fight, so Togami just tells him he humiliated them enough. Togami corrects himself though because Kanuma can't humiliate them anymore because he is not a part of Lion's Head anymore. This was then Kanuma's worst nightmare nightmare and his imagination just become real. Suo's final lesson is that being an adult means being able to feel for others, and to do that what you need is imagination and experience. Suo is actually happy for Kanuma because at least he learned something. After that, as Suo bounces, the lion's crowd is dead after witnessing those straight-up violations. And top of that, they realizes that Suo is just a freshman at Furin High. They started to get realizes that messing with Buffering will be a big mistake. Umemiya gives props to Suo for that mind-blowing victory, saying he is hell strong, but Suo doesn't see himself as all that. On the other hand, Nire is beyond impressed because he has never seen anyone move like that. So he asks Suo if it's Kung Fu or some other martial arts, but Suo can't really answer because he doesn't know. On the other hand, Nire is beyond impressed because he has never seen anyone move like Suo. So he asks Suo if it's Kung Fu or some other martial art style, but Suo can't really answer because he don't know. His instructor was self-taught, so he mixed in a little bit of every martial art. But that aside, Hiragi points out that how damn surprising it was to see Suo get all emotional because he is bit embarrassed when he went so far to humiliate Kanuma. But he did it for Sakura's sake. Sakura doesn't want to take the blame for Suo's action, and he wants Suo to take the fight seriously if they ever throw down. Nire is getting tired of Sakura always thinking about fighting, but Nire getting tired of Sakura always starting to get into fight, but Suo doesn't really want to tango with him because he knows Sakura would be a pain in the ass if it's a real brawl. After hearing that, Sakura loses his cool and almost jumps on Suo. Nirei has to use all his strength to hold him, and Umemiya is just glad that everyone is getting along. Even if you call it that, right? Then the peep Kanuma dragging his bestie unconscious body across the floor, looking like a total wreck. Once Yukinari finally wake up, he looks over at Kanuma, who seems like he is about to lose. So he crawls over and asks if Kanuma lost his bhai too. Kanuma can only muster up the words "it's over" because now that they both get their asses handed to them in front of the lion's head crew, they will be punching back for everyone else from now on. So Tomiyama is still pumped up as ever, and now he wants to throw down with Suo, but Togami wants to keep things in order, so he asks who is up next for the fight. Sakura finally thinks it's his damn time to shine, but some other dude stand up straight and points at Hiragi because he wants to throw down with him. Now next, Hiragi still has some unfinished business with Sako, so he apologized to Sakura because he got to take the next fight. Sakura ain't having it because since both of the other first years got their chance to brawl, so there is no any reason why his turn should be skipped. Hiragi brings up the fact that Sakura is supposed to fight Togami, but the dude doesn't really ready to rumble yet, so Sakura got to wait a little longer. Since Togami is the second in command at Lion's Head, it's usually Hiragi's job to throw down with him, but that doesn't mean he ain't got faith that Sakura can come out. On the top of compliment, he straight up calms Sakura anger towards Hiragi, but he is still pissed at the other dude for cutting in line and calling out Hiragi like that. Nirei thinks maybe the guy knows Hiragi from somewhere, but none of them know why they got beef because Hiragi doesn't talk about himself much. Meanwhile, as Sako is making his way on the stage, Tomiyama wishes him good luck in his fight, but Togami get to be all condescending and ask if something went down between him and Hiragi because Sako usually ain't the one who pick fight willingly, but Sako just ignores Togami and keeps walking. Once the two are standing across from each other, Hiragi starts chatting saying Sako did grow since the last time they crossed path, but it's damn shame he is raping Lion's Head now because the fight is inevitable at this point. Sako stays silent throughout and Tomiyama bored to all the talking, so he straight up yells at them to start throwing down already. Since they are starting, Hiragi puts his hand up and Sako straight up charges at him, throwing a barrage of punches and kicks, but Hiragi is straight up blocking them like a pro. Sako keeps bringing the heat with his attack, but by the end of his combo, Hiragi ain't got any damage on him. Sako backs off for a second and tells Hiragi not to look down on him like he used to because the old Sako is gone and he is about to prove it right. Here he straight up charges back with a front kick and Hiragi ain't letting it slide either, but damn neither of them making any damn progress in this fight because they ain't landed a solid hit yet. Then in the middle of one, Sako grabs his own leg and redirected the kick that barely missing Hiragi face, and Hiragi mind is impressed that, but Nirei is freaking out because Hiragi is playing defense and the Lion's Head crew are all rooting hard hard for Sako to take down Hiragi. Even Togami is mind blown by how sick Sako's fighting skills are, but Tomiyama and thinking it's all that strange because he personally chose Sako as one of the top 5 dogs. Togami has to admit that while he may not get Sako as a person, he has fought the most out of anyone here and nearly burned himself out when he first joined Lion's Head back to the stage. Sako is still blobbing and beaving Hiragi's attack, but he is talking all the time to call him out of having zero style, just relying on brute strength. Sako is saying Hiragi ain't changed one damn bit, but Hiragi can see the transformation in Sako, especially with how chatty he is getting right. Hiragi remembers Sako never opening his mouth the whole damn time he was teaching him not to throw down, but bringing up the past pisses Sako off and makes him charge at Hiragi one more time. But this time he is speeding up like crazy. He catches Hiragi off guard, knocking him back with a kick on the damn face, and everybody jaws drops seeing Hiragi gets knocked so damn easily. Sako stands tall over him, wondering when the Hiragi got so big. He blames Hiragi weakness on hanging out with all those Furian and clowns. Then Sakura gets starting mad, and he's not at Sako, but he's pissed at Hiragi for letting himself get dropped like a punk. Suo finds the whole damn thing funny, but mostly because Sakura is starting to show more love for his crew. Sakura gets all embarrassed by Suo's comment and claims he was just pissed because Sako was cloning them. But Umemiya steps up and tells everyone to chill because it ain't over yet. Then he turns to Sako and reminds him that Hiragi is one of the 4 kings of Porphyrin, and especially he is their Tonton. He asks if Sako really knows what Tonton is called. Sako doesn't get the point of that dumbass question, but when a hand lands on his shoulder, he is straight up shocked to see Hiragi back on his feet, ready to throw down. It's been a minute since he has got kicked like that, so he really felt it. But he knows it made him look weak as hell. He gives props to Sako for getting so damn strong since their last encounter, like a whole new person. But as Tamon of Porphyrin, he got to flex a little, so he pops his stomach medicines and gets ready for round 2. We go back to middle school when Sako was caught up in some serious bully drama and the dude was just trying to do his own thing and getting good grade. But these haters couldn't stand him shining, so they came at him and throwing down fists like there was no tomorrow. But then Hiragi comes in like a hero and saves that day. Fast forward to the present fight, this is turned into a straight up slug fist both sides, throwing punches left and right, taking hits and dishing out of the crowd face, frozen in amusement that what's going down. Even Sakura can't wrap his head around how freaking strong Hiragi is. Sugo lets Sakura knows that Hiragi had to be a beast to earn a spot as one of the Porphyrin kings. The whole damn town knows he is a force to be reckoned, but with Suo is convinced that Hiragi is up a notch all because of Sakura. The fight keeps going, and while it seems pretty, even Hiragi starts gaining the upper hand and straight up knocks the focus out of Sako's eyes with the hell of a kick. Sako can't figure out how the hell Hiragi is still so damn strong compared to him, even after all the training he went through to improve himself, especially since he has been chilling and living the easy life with his friends. Here we flash back to Sako's middle school days. Right after Hiragi beats the crap out of those bullies, Sako couldn't wrap his head around why Hiragi went out on his way to help him. Hiragi didn't think he needed much of a reason to lend a hand to someone getting jumped on. But then Sako tells straight up that he needs to learn to stand up for himself because that's the only way he's going to handle bullies like those. He reaches out to hand to help Sako to get back on his feet, but instead of taking it, Sako grabs his sleeves and begs Hiragi to teach him how to throw down. Hiragi agrees, and from that day, Sako trains hard with him and holds a ton of respect for him. And it ain't like Hiragi was trying to gather followers or nothing, but people naturally looked up to him because his raw strength, and Sako was damn proud to be one of them. On the day Hiragi graduated from middle school, Sako was straight up grilling him for getting into Furian High. He was convinced Hiragi would be on the some next level there, but damn, all that grilling got too damn heavy for Hiragi to handle, so he straight up tells Sako not to tag along. He knows once he step foot in the Furian, he is going to be under this dude Umemiya. He can't live up to Sako's sky high expectation. He wants Sako to find his own real goal instead of being his damn fanboy. Sako can't wrap his head around what the hell just happened. His ideal essentially ditched his ass, so he takes out all the frustration by straight up whooping the asses of a local gang, all his damn self, and while he is standing there surrounded surrounded by buddies. Togami and Tomiyama rolled up on him since they hella impressed by his skills and offer him a spot in their crew. Sako asked if they got strong people on their team. Like hell. Yes, strength is everything to us and the stronger you are the higher you can climb, was answered by Tomiyama. But Sako doesn't give a damn about no hierarchy. He just want to fight strong people so he can get stronger and make Hiragi regret dumping him. That's why he straight up refuses to lose to Hiragi in this damn fight. Unlike Hiragi, he ain't been wasting time making friends, but he has been improving himself to be stronger than Hiragi, stronger than Hiragi. He charges forward, trying to catch Hiragi off guard from below. Hiragi throws a punch to counter, but Sako pulls a sleek ass move back, clicking right over him and getting ready to land a punch. But damn, Hiragi ain't falling for that, and he straight up boots Sako in the damn face. Sako feet wobbling after that kick, but he ain't letting himself, as he is not going to lose to someone who is satisfied being anywhere. But the top, he tries to throw another punch, but this time Hiragi straight up catches it and apologizes to Sako for not being able to live up to his expectation. And right after that, he lands a punch so damn powerful that gets soul of Sako searching real deep about why he was so damn angry. He knows Hiragi was looking out for him when he suggested finding a new goal, but he was being selfish as hell. He wants to hear Hiragi tell him not to tag along with, because all he wanted was to stick by Hiragi's side no matter what. He doesn't give a damn if he is not the top dog or some. All he wants was for Hiragi to ask him to come along. Sako collapses on the ground, making Hiragi the clear victor of the fight. Everyone was still in shock from the crazy ass show. They just witnessed. Togami wastes no time getting up and calling for someone to haul Sako's ass off the stage because he has lost. But after seeing how well Sako fought, they all get too much respect for him and to do something so damn disrespectful and to help this boy out, Hiragi offers to carry Sako off the stage, lifting him off to his shoulder and gently dropping him on the floor. Togami half-heartedly thanks Hiragi for the help but mentions he didn't need to be gentle with a loser's body. Since Sako lost, Togami tried to remove his lion's head jacket, but Hiragi grabs his hand and stops him and says you might want to hold off on that till after your match. You never know what could happen. And before Hiragi bounces, he drops some knowledge on Togami, saying that running the team the way he is ain't going to make them stronger. He walks his ass back to his seat and Umemiya congratulates him on Bean. But Hiragi is surprised because Umemiya is not asking about Sako and what the deal is between them. Umemiya knows Hiragi probably don't want to talk about it, so he ain't going to bother asking right now. But he tells Hiragi he can spill the whole story when he is ready. But for now, he should just focus on watching the next fight. So this is recap of first 6 episodes of the anime called as Windbreaker. Thank you for watching this. Please like, share and subscribe for more. Thank you. See you next time. Then Togami zones out as he looks into the past. Choji snaps him back to reality and reminds him that it's his turn. Togami tells Sakura to get ready and everyone cheers as Sakura declares that he already is ready to fight. The cheers got violent and Suo points out that they are cheering much harder than before. Everyone wishes Sakura luck in their own way and Umemiya tells him to have a nice long talk. Sakura remembers that a fight is like a conversation but he isn't even sure what that means. As none of that matters though, Sakura reminds himself that he told the kid to leave it all to him. Sakura would like to hurry up and get the fight over, but Togami would rather take time and enjoy it. So the two fighters then prepare themselves and crowd goes crazy with anticipation and Sakura tries to start off with a punch, but Togami instantly tackles him. Togami nearly lands a terrifying punch, but Sakura managed to get away. The crowd cheers even more and Sakura must gather himself from the shock what just happened. Hiragi thinks about how Sakura has shown up that how good fighter he is in the past few days. However, Togami is the person that keeps all the crazy lionhead guys in check and he only managed to do so because he is really strong. Then Sakura points out that Togami is pretty strong and fast for a guy that wants to take his time. But Togami doesn't even consider this a fast pace. Togami decides that he will stay on this speed until Sakura can keep up. And Sakura is more than willing to play along the two continue to fight it out. And everyone mind blown by Togami's insane speed. Nirei wondering if Sakura had more than just dodges in his arsenal. Umemiya breaking it down that Togami and Tomomiya always have been a standout among the Lion's Head crew. That means Togami is on a whole another level compared to the other dudes. And he is damn sure that Sakura is feeling that better than anyone right now. Just then, Nirei goes all out celebrating celebrating as Sakura managed to land a hit, and Togumi impressed as he already catching up. But Sakura still is not fast enough because Togumi slams him down and he nearly crashes his skull. Togumi remembers how Sakura dissed him in the tunnel and calling him lame. He explained that it really get under his skin. Just then Sakura pulls off a sweet leg sweep on Togumi. But Togumi is not having it and he smashes Sakura's face on the ground. The crowd goes wild with cheers, but Nirei is freaked out. Togumi pretty disappointed to see Sakura knocked out cold so easily, so he lets him know that he is a way lamer than he ever could be. Sakura tries acting all cocky, but Togumi scolds him for saying that only fox with power can act like that. Togumi assumes Sakura is fronting because he is rolling with a strong crew, but what he really all is himself. He has no voice sharing that makes Sakura furious, so he swings at Togumi. Togumi points out that he is still talking, but Sakura breaks free and keeps throwing down. Then Sakura agrees that freedom is only for those with power. Without it, you can't be true to yourself. As Sakura making his stand, everyone's shocked when he lands a solid kick on Togumi. Togumi seems to see Sakura as one of the people Sakura hates the most, as Sakura decided he can't lose to him no matter what. Sakura taking control of the fight, and now the crowd goes dead silent witnessing Sakura's sudden transformation. Nirei always knew Sakura had a strength, but even he didn't see this coming. Sakura is mad as he reminded Togumi after losing to him that means Togumi is dead wrong about everything. The lion's head obsession with power would mean nothing. Sakura keeps bombarding Togumi with attacks and finishes it off with a powerful kick straight to Togumi's face, leaving everyone stunned. Togumi tells Sakura not to get all cocked and he counters with a devastating kick of his own, sending Sakura flying. Togumi explained that their devotion to power is not joke. Anyone cheering as he proclaims all lion's head dudes always strive to level up. Togumi stomps on Sakura's head, declaring that the lion's head guys are way more powerful than any superheroes like Bofferin crew. The whole crowd celebrating because they think Sakura's down, but Suo knows the fight is not over yet. Sakura still kicking it somehow, and he is straight up saying that lion's head dudes is not about the real power. He suggests that they switch their name to Bully Club because that's more their style, because they enjoy beating down dudes when they're already down. They even choose middle school kids just to beat them up. Sakura is not taking no loss from dude, but Togumi had enough and he stomps on his head again. Nirei can't even watch, but he's shocked when the crowd goes quiet because Togumi is not stomping on Sakura's head. But this time Togumi is clueless about what Sakura talking about, so he steps away from the fight for a second. He thought Furion steps on their top for no reason, so he demanded Kanuma and Aruma spills the beans as they admit that they was messing with some middle school kid and tried to put the blame on someone else. But Togumi is not buying it and he is straight up laying a beat down on them, and everyone just watching in shock. Togumi snaps their lion's head jacket off their lifeless bodies, and Tomomiya just tells him to start stalling and get back to this fight. Togumi apologizes to Sakura for making him wait and declares it's time to keep going. Then we take a trip down to memory lane to a festival. Younger Togumi is surrounded by a bunch of lion's head crew and he takes all of them down. He is all ready to throw down with even more of them, but then Tomomiya shows up, and amazed by Togumi's that took down all of them solo, Tomomiya can see Togumi has got some strength, so he asked him to roll with them. Togumi madly confused, so Tomomiya explained he just joined himself, but he guaranteed that Togumi is going to dig being part of the lion's head. Togumi is hesitant at first, but Tomomiya keeps pushing. Then time passes and they get really tight. One day Tomomiya asks if he knew what devotion to power means. It's a promise to make to stay true to yourself, never backing down for nobody, and power is what you can use to set yourself reward. And these words start spreading about how unbeatable Togumi and Tomomiya are, as they duo even roll into other crew territory solo, and they come out on the top. They come back as one of those brawls one day, and other crew members can't even believe that they went through all of them just to get revenge for one of their own member. Tomomiya is not even thinking it's a big deal because he was just trying to be the freest dude ever, and nobody got a clue what he's talking about. So Togumi breaks it down that they have been taught that power is the ticket to freedom, and it means that dude is the most muscles, it's also the most free. Tomomiya and Togumi having a race to see who can be ultimate free dude, so he is hyping up the race to join in Togumi's, thinking about how Tomomiya is straight up strong and having more fun than anyone else. Tomomiya likes the prodigy of their devotion like a son, embodying the whole concept. Togumi is not even plan on racing Tomomiya. Togumi actually had no intention of racing Choji, as he was just bad at hanging around people. But when he was with Choji, he could enter the social circle, and it was fun as he felt like he was the free. Togumi thought the team would be even better if Tomomiya become the leader, but he realizes that this was wrong one day. After Choji became the leader of Lion's Head, he thought about how the leader is the strongest and freest. Togumi agreed with this thought, but Choji seemed distracted as he had some realization that it's not fun at all. Choji decided that in order to fix this, everyone in Lion's Head would have to be as strong as him. Togumi was glad to hear it and assumed that Choji wanted to train everyone. Just then, some guys from the group arrived with one of their members that got beat up. And then, boys, Togumi was prepared to get revenge with Choji. But he was horrified when Choji just attacked their member that was already beat up. Choji was disappointed that the guy just come straight back after being defeated, and then he explained that he wouldn't get a stronger that way. That means that he could never be free, and that would be no fun. When Choji declares that big guys are not wanted in Lion's Head, Choji looked for agreement from Togumi, and Togumi was still in shock as he was sure that this wouldn't make anyone stronger. But Choji reminded him that he was the leader and he was the strongest and the freest, and that he makes the decision. Choji then told Togumi that if he didn't understand that, then he should get out. Togumi was horrified about how he was hearing, but he agreed to do it. Choji said he agreed to tell everyone about Choji's views, and he even agreed to carry out the punishment to everyone who opposed. However, Togumi's one request was for Choji to simply keep smiling around everyone. It was on this day that Togumi decided that he would get covered in mud because Choji is the sun, and the sun must be loved by everyone, even if it means binding everyone with power to become free. Togumi vows to keep this version of Lion's Head going until the day the sun shows himself again. And let's get back to the present. The guys continue to fight, but everyone is startled when Sakura seems to have taken a commanding lead. Sakura becomes annoyed and refuses to believe that Togumi is being serious at this point, and he points out that Togumi doesn't even want to fight. He isn't even landing a punch or dodging his kick. Sakura wonders what he's trying to do. Then Togumi only wonders the same thing himself because Sakura dodges. Just then he can tell that something is wrong. There is some confusion in Togumi's face. Sakura thought that they picked this fight because they knew everything, but Togumi clearly didn't. Sakura wants answer, so he asked Togumi why he punched those guys. He thought that anyone with power could do that. But in Lion's Head, he's shocked when Togumi explained that this is not a place for scumbags. Togumi was trying to get rid of their group of all the scumbags when they encountered Biferin at the bridge, fighting both. And it was Choji's obsession, and Togumi thought it would trigger some kind of change. However, this fight was just led to get them all wrecked there, and there is no turning back. Togumi thought because on that very day he chose to commit this wrong path. Sakura once again questioned what he is trying to do, but he is shocked when Togumi simply says that he wants to go to the mountains. Sakura doesn't care about any of that, and he just points out that Togumi is one of those scumbags he wants to get rid of. So he does the stuff that scumbags do, and Sakura thinks he's pretty lame for that. Sakura wants to make him realize that he will do that by winning the fight. When that happens, Sakura is sure that Togumi will stop being lame and become an awesome guy. Then Togumi thought that he is pretty selfish, and to say that Sakura doesn't care, this is simply why he can actually fight. Togumi thinks Sakura is being selfish, but Sakura don't give a damn, and that's just how it goes when you push your will through a fight. As Sakura launches his attack and declares that no matter how strong his opponent is, even if they saved his life, he never looks away or changes who he is. That triggers Togumi's memory once again, and he remembers how shocked he was when Tomiyama told that he would bounce him from Lion's Head if he didn't like his vision. Togumi decided to do all the dirty work so Tomiyama could keep smiling with everyone. Sakura's attack lands, and so does his bots. Togumi gives pros to Sakura for pushing his buttons really good. Togumi throws a punch at Sakura, and Sakura is glad because he can tell Togumi is finally getting serious. Sakura throws the nickname Sagi at him, but Togumi is not having it, and he kicks off his sandal, getting ready for a real deal fight, and demands to be called by his real name. Togumi is finally ready to throw down as he calls Sakura by his name and tells him that it's time to fight. Then these two fighters go all out and landing mad attacks on each other. The crowd goes dead silent, watching this straight up brawl go down, and there is no holding back from either of them. But the crowd is freaked out because they notice Sakura and Togumi are both laughing, and even though they are beating the crap out of each other, and it gets real brutal as they straight up wreck each other with the barrage of attacks, and they are both looking like they are loving every second of it. Suo is watching in awe because he had no clue Sakura was this damn good in a fight. Nirai don't really get why he is tearing up because their fights touched his heart, and for some reason even Hiragi and Umemi are impressed with Sakura, but Tomiyama just silently watching the whole thing. Sakura keeps going at it, but something is missing with the head, and he's supposed to be fighting some dude who was lame and doing some lame stuff, so he doesn't figure out why fighting Togami feels so damn right. Sakura is also surprised because he has never been called by his name during a fight before. Togami is doing some thinking of his own, noticing that Sakura is having a damn good time in the sprawl. And is not all because he tells Sakura is moving better than each damn moment. Togami can't even hide his own enjoyment. He tells Sakura to bring it on. And they both charge at each other and the fight hits its peak when they both kick each other a square in the face. And at the exact same time. And they collapse to the ground. Nirei is horrified, but these two fighters just keep laughing. Togami never knew fight could be this damn enjoyable. And Sakura feels the same way. They have been it at long enough as they decided to end this madness. Then these two charges at each other once again, getting ready to throw their most powerful punches. But then Togami starts thinking about what Sakura said, how he ain't ever going to change who he is for anyone. And that hits Togami hard because he realizes that he should have fought back against what Tomiyama told him that day. But instead, he looked away and didn't stay true to himself. Togami couldn't push through his own identity, but he sees the potential in Sakura, and he knew that Sakura is going to become even stronger because he's not afraid to fulfill his will no matter he is up against. Togami just hopes Sakura never loses that, so he decided to hold back on throwing his punch, and in his mind he thanks Sakura for helping him understand. Sakura's punch actually lands and Togami declares that he can't have no more, and he gives the crowd a stunt because they ain't ever heard of those words from Togami. The dude who charges in laughing even in dangerous situations, even the Wolverine and other guys are speechless. But Sakura is really pissed off because he doesn't want to get Togami give up like that, and he is not happy with how the fight ended and demands to know why Togami chooses to lose on purpose. Sakura gets interrupted by hyped up Tomiyama, who says he wants to fight Sakura someday. But right now Tomiyama is ready to throw down with Umemiya. Togami urges Tomiyama to call off whole fight because he realizes that he was wrong. Tomiyama is too hyped up about fighting Umemiya that he did not listen what Togami wants to say, and it gets real shocked when everyone see Tomiyama attacking Togami and telling him that shut the hell up. Tomiyama claims Togami lost, so he got to be quiet down, and that sets Sakura off big time, and he goes to punch Tomiyama out. But from nowhere Umemiya shows up and stops him. Umemiya explains it's time to switch places, but Sakura is so damn angry that he can't hold back. Umemiya points out that Sakura must have had a deep conversation, and defending Togami is proof of that. Togami is also shocked when Umemiya asks if he can just leave the rest to him. Togami gives the green light, so he bounces off the stage and Sakura does the same. Sakura, in his usual pissed off state, tells Umemiya that he's going to whoop his ass if he loses to Tomiyama. As Sakura gets off the stage and he can't wrap his head around why he's feeling so damn angry about Togami getting attacked, as Umemiya seemed all shocked about him having a proper conversation, but Sakura still can't get it because he didn't hear any word from his face. Nirei catches Sakura before he falls and the crew welcomes him back. Hiragi notes Sakura is not digging how the fight ended, but he breaks it down that it was Togami's way of settling things. And on top of that, Hiragi gives props to Sakura for doing a real damn well, but Sakura still doesn't know how to take a compliment, so he freaked out. Tomiyama is pumped as hell and about finally to throw down with Umemiya, but Umemiya wants to ask him something first. Umemiya wants to know if Tomiyama felt anything watching Togami and Sakura go at it. Tomiyama clueless as hell, so Umemiya says it's damn same. Tomiyama doesn't know why it's the same either, but he doesn't want to give damn about anything. He knows that it's not fair, and it's nothing like Lance said. Tomiyama realizes everyone in his crew is weak as hell, and he figures that why he can't be free. The crowd is straight up shocked to hear Tomiyama talking like this, and they can't believe that how he really think of them. Tomiyama makes it clear that he only give a damn about power because it makes him feel good, knowing that if he wins Furin, then he will be the strongest and freest person. Umemiya is always having a blast because he is stronger and fresher, and he is freer than anyone else, and that is fine if he can prove he is stronger than Umemiya. Tomiyama is dead certain that he is finally be free and have way more fun than anyone else. So he is jumping for joy because he can finally put an end to all his boring ass days. Now Tomiyama turns to Umemiya and demands he hand over Furin. So he jumps on Umemiya and launch a punch. Umemiya managed to shake him off, but Tomiyama just keep coming at him. The Wolverine and guys are left dumbfolded because they never seen such a reckless move in a fight before. So he thinks Tomiyama's natural born monster. Hiragi gets it because Tomiyama is the youngest damn leader in Lion's Head territory. Sakura is still fuming with anger that he realizes he would have been screwed if Umemiya didn't stop his punch. But he's not the only one. The only thing that is pissing Sakura off that he knows damn well that he only beat Togami because Togami held back in the fight. Sakura is not pushover though, as he is more determined than ever to get the hell stronger. Tomiyama keeps throwing down with the wild ass fighting style to keep Umemiya on the edge, but he pauses for a second when Umemiya's got something to say. Umemiya explains that Tomiyama is going to keep struggling if he keeps talking about what he doesn't have and trying to take things from other people. Tomiyama had enough of Umemiya's talking, though, and he thinks it's all absurd. So he just goes in for another attack. Umemiya unleashes a punch that's so damn terrifying, and Tomiyama gets to back the hell up. Umemiya is disappointed that Tomiyama can't understand what he's trying to say, and Tomiyama is shocked when his nose starts bleeding, even though Umemiya's punch didn't land. Umemiya straight up declares that when it comes to someone who can't get his point, he's 100% sure that he won't lose, as the fight between Tomiyama and Umemiya getting heated. Tomiyama used his speed advantage to slip between Umemiya's leg, getting behind him, grabbing Umemiya's jacket and pulling him back with a straight foot to the back. But damn, even though that hit would have wrecked him, Umemiya's ain't even phased, and that dude turns right around and throws another death punch at Tomiyama. Tomiyama is quick on his feet and he dodges once again, but he can't figure out what he's doing wrong. He was damn sure that he was landing solid hits on Umemiya, but the dude's health bar isn't even moving an inch. Umemiya break it down by saying Tomiyama's punches are big, and that is hella insulting, as Umemiya goes on explain that Tomiyama's punches feel big because he's fighting solo and he's nobody at his back. But Tomiyama still don't get anything why friendship matters in this whole thing. So even if his punch seen light, he's just going to keep raining them down on Umemiya till he finally goes down. Umemiya ain't holding back, charging in for another attack, trying to overpower Umemiya's defenses, and when he finally spots an opening, he sweeps Umemiya off his feet and lands a happy uppercut. But damn, Umemiya is still acting like it ain't a big deal and simply tells Tomiyama as much before speaking him against the ground. The crowd is silent as hell watching Tomiyama struggling to get back, and once he finally managed to stand, he starts throwing a desperate series of attacks, hoping to prove he's strongest. Umemiya dodges Tomiyama's first punch and asks him what being free means to him. So while still throwing down punches, Tomiyama answers that freedom means having fun, and having fun means going up against strong dudes like they are doing right now. And if this is what Tomiyama thinks is fun, Umemiya find it weird what he don't look like he enjoyable. He enjoying it all. Tomiyama straight up clueless about what he really want in life. That's why he's all unhappy and trying to snatch Furin, and that's why Umemiya spies him, but not as hard as his sorry ass team stuck with him as their whack leader. But no matter what his reasons are, he ended up on top here. So Umemiya are going to show him how a true leader should roll, while everyone watching Umemiya is straight up laying a beat down on Tomiyama with no chance for him to fight back. Nirei start talking about how damn glad he is at Furin Academy and have Umemiya as leader. Back on stage, Tomiyama still ain't getting what Umemiya means and what he's saying. He should treat his peeps better. There was a time when everyone was having fun, but that was a long time ago, and he still doesn't get why things got to change from now. They used to be Tomiyama got so much he doesn't understand that he is tired of folk bringing it up. So he gives up and declares he is not trying to steal Umemiya's crew no more. He doesn't need them or anything else for that. Tomiyama's word has been dull and grey for ages, barely remembering when things turn out like this to him. The world is all dry and icy, but nothing he can do to change. So it has been wondering what he's missing to bring some color back to it. But now he just don't give a damn no more. He accepted that his heart a lifeless wasteland, nothing going to make it different. So he don't need nothing at all. That dude might have gone a little crazy, and Umemiya noticed the shift in his mindset. So Tomiyama come to him and he just let himself get hit, even he gets wrecked on the ground as he is not fighting back, and that's got Sakura all pissed up, jumping up in anger. Umemiya said he ain't losing, so why he is putting on his weak ass act. But then Kyotaro tells Sakura to shut it and sit down and let Umemiya do his thing. Once Tomiyama finally bears himself out by punching Umemiya, Umemiya apologizes to him for packing him into a corner with such a tough question. But if he keeps destroying everything around him and hurting others in this quest for answer, things always going to stay the same for him. But Tomiyama is not trying to hear no more from Umemiya, so he straight up bite his throat, drawing bloods and all kind of throat exercises Umemiya has been doing, but he don't even flinch like this. His windpipe getting crushed, but that don't bother him. Instead, he's trying to comfort Tomiyama and tell him the answer he's looking for. He has been inside all along. That makes Tomiyama stops chomping off his neck. So Umemiya asked if he remembers the last time Lancehead and Furin got into fight in the end, and that was just a big misunderstanding. But back then when the fight got broken up, Umemiya saw clear as day that Tomiyama was having fun with his crew. Back then Tomiyama's punches packed a punch punch unlike now, and he had a lot more heart in him back then. Umemiya wants Tomiyama to think back to those times and realizes what he got to change. Umemiya gets up and starts getting closer to Tomiyama, so Tomiyama flinches, thinking he is about to catch some payback for all the punches he threw at Umemiya. But instead he feels the warmth of Umemiya's hand. Umemiya is trying his best to make Tomiyama remember who he used to be, because as the top dog of Lion's Head, he got to a step out of his game, and to make sure he gets it, so Umemiya hit him with a headbutt that knocked him the hell out. So it was damn hard that Tomiyama get throwback into flashback from before he became Lion's Head leader. He was chilling, checking out a cat at a time, but then his friends called him over and started bitching about him being all a spacey. Sometimes they on their way to brawl right now. So if Tomiyama want to be their leader, he got to get his together. Tomiyama apologizes, but now he thinking that he don't even know what the hell they were about to fight today. Everybody freeze for a second, but when they all burst out laughing, Tomiyama's forgetful nature and Tomiyama was having a good laugh about it as well. So they were some damn good times, and Tomiyama wished could stay like this forever. As we all know, things changed real quick and it went downhill. Tomiyama is left all alone in the dark, walking on a broken glass. He ends up falling through, and just when he finally realizes he must be dreaming, that even if it's just a dream, Tomiyama feels good getting to relive the good old days. Then dude woke up and Togumi is standing there bearing a sad face, and he don't get why, but it hits him. It's because he lost to Omemiya's anyway. He starts spilling about the dream he had where everyone was smiling and having a blast. Seeing that made something click in his head, and now he gets it. The only way he can truly have fun is when everyone is around him having a good time. Togumi apologized to Tomiyama for not having his back when he needed it, when they had no clue what he was going. So they dipped and left him alone. Togumi couldn't understand seeing Tomiyama's hurting others. He couldn't forgive him for crushing his dreams. Tomiyama had no idea about Togumi's dream, which was to have everyone love Tomiyama. That's why when Togumi saw the look in his eye, even though he knew it was messed up, he turned a blind eye and let Tomiyama do what he wanted, and he followed him at that messed up fight. But after that fight with Sakura, he learns about his ideal to never back down. Tomiyama realizes that as a Lion's Head member, he should have confronted him, and then this made his feeling known. He apologizes again for not talking to Tomiyama and leaving him alone to deal with his confusion, because he couldn't be there. For him, Tomiyama ended up losing what mattered most to his. Tomiyama tells Togumi that he busted his ass to become top dog because he thought it would bring him the most fun ever. It was like chasing a treasure chest at the top of hill, and he was psyched because something fun was going to go down once he reached it. But when he achieved his goal and opened the chest, what he found was a big flat load of nothing, and that dude felt nothing and had nothing to look forward to, and that scared him, and he felt empty inside, and no matter what he did, he couldn't fill that void. So he knew he had to fix it, but he had no clue where to start over this time, and his world got darker and darker after struggling with it for a long time. He started blaming the whole team for his lack of fun, and he started thinking that it was because the whole team was big that he wasn't having a good time. So he figured that if he only let strong people join Lion's Head, then they could all be free and have fun together. And then he tells Togumi straight up that he ain't to blame for any of Tomiyama's loss. He finally realizes that he is one who threw away all the friends he had, thinking back to the times when he used to laugh with everyone around him. He had always been living free, but he was too blind to see that until now it slipped away and make it worse. He is the one who destroyed it all with his own bare hand. If it wasn't for Togumi, Lion's Head would probably be nothing but memory. By now, Togumi don't want to take credit for anything, but Umemiya tells him to mess with the people close to him. He apologizes for all the pain Togumi had to go through, and thanks to him for trying his damn best to keep things rolling with a messed up leader like Tomiyama. You can't even imagine how heavy that burden was, so he keeps apologizing while tears start flowing down his face eventually, and he stands up and thanks Togumi one last time for all he has done. But it's time to put an end to it and make things right. He walks over to Umemiya, who has been chilling at the edge of the stage, and takes off his jacket and leaving everyone in shock. Tomiyama lost the match fair and square, and he is stepping down as the leader of the Lion's Head and passing the reign to Umemiya, just like they agreed when they set up this duel. And he asks Umemiya to please take care of this and everyone for him, but Umemiya never wanted to be in charge of Lion's Head in the first place. And that dumb bet was all Tomiyama's idea from the start, and Umemiya never planned on taking over if he won. Plus he ain't looking to deal with a big crew because he already got his hand full of all the hierarchy crap, and he straight up hates boring stuff like that. But since Umemiya keep insisting Umemiya's offer and alternative from now, and they all just be friends with each other, and they can call today's a damn group hangout session or something. With that, he addresses the crowd and thinks that all of them are showing up to watch the fight, and the crowd is confused. But for the first time in a while, Tomiyama genuinely laughs because Umemiya is hilarious as hell. And now that everything's settled, Umemiya tells everyone to pack up and head home. After that, Umemiya asks if there are any good takeout joints nearby, and when questioned why he wants to know, Umemiya straight up says he wants to throw an after party to celebrate the end of the tournament. Moments later, Umemiya celebrates with all of them, but Sakura wonders what just happened. Umemiya and Hiragi enjoy some of the foods, and Nirei can only wonder how they can eat under these circumstances. Nirei is glad that he agrees with him, but it turns out that Suo was actually just on a diet. Sakura is in incomplete disbelief as he can't understand how Umemiya can eat with someone he just fought. Just then he begins to question if he was really fighting, as Umemiya didn't treat it like one. And Sakura thinks how we could never do what Umemiya did. Umemiya gets concerned about Togumi isn't eating, so Togumi takes a moment to apologize. He takes full responsibility for the entire accident, as Lance had becoming rotten to the core. The raids at Warfarin and the fight today is all the fault. Tomiyama shares the blame and apologizes to everyone as well. Just then Sakura is shocked when Umemiya says that the decision is his. Togumi agrees and is prepared for any punishment. Sakura thinks about all the wrong Togumi did, but he also thinks about their fight. Sakura decides on a punishment and tells Togumi that he absolutely must become really a cool guy and he is not allowed to do lame stuff anymore. The guys accept the punishment and Umemiya announces that everything is officially settled. He really enjoys his meal. So Choji points out that Umemiya is at the top and wonders why he seems to always be having so much fun. Umemiya's answer is simple, as he just says he really likes to eat food. Everyone is shocked, but Choji excitedly says that he loves eating too. And to share their favorite foods, Umemiya explains that another part of eating that he enjoys with gathering people. And if people gather to enjoy the food with him talking and laughing with friends is a good way to forget about bad stuff happening in life. And Umemiya look forward those times more than anything, which is why he has so much fun. Most importantly, all that was nothing to do with the fact that he's on top. Umemiya sees his now as well and wonders why he couldn't realize it before. Umemiya is all his wisdom explains that people don't thank oxygen when they are breathing. Umemiya had fun stuff right in front of him, but it was just too common for him to realize it. Umemiya just glad that Umemiya realized it before it was gone. Umemiya then wonders why Umemiya reached the top even while knowing all of that. His answer is once again simple, as just he wants to eat with everything. As long as everyone is smiling, he can enjoy his meals, and he thought about what he would need to do to accomplish that in his town, and the answer just happened to be at the top of Hurin. He wasn't aiming for the top there, but the things were that he wanted to do at the top. Tomimiya amazed that Umemi was able to get to the top, but Umemi says that he was only able to reach there because the people let him. Sakura is then shocked when Umemiya says that you can't reach the top on your own. He was only able to reach the top because everyone carried him up. The ones helping him were people that related to what he wanted to do, because this is when he got to his top, and his wishes were no longer just for his own wishes. They were everyone's wishes. So he vowed to never lose. Sakura is an amazing person and everyone else admires him as well. Tomimiya can't believe that Umemi has so much on his shoulder, and he finally realizes that this is why his fists are so light. Umemiya really is incredible, and Tomimiya now knows that there is no way that he could win. When the party ends, Umemiya invites the Lion's Head guys to come visit Woferin next time, and he is sure that they have some great food there, and he gives Choji some bread that just happened to have. Togumi is clearly grateful towards Sakura, and the two group part ways. Tomimiya tells Togumi that he knows that everything he has done is not something a simple apology, and will be able to fix it. Tomimiya doesn't know what he should do. What he does now is that need to be done for all his friends. Togumi feels the same way about his actions and knows that he needs to face the situation this time, and it will be different though, as he tells Tomimiya that they will work for the answer together. The two share the bread and Umemiya give them, and Choji laughs because even though it's cold, it is still pretty good. Choji wonders how good it would be fresh out of the oven, but Togumi begins crying for some reason. Choji doesn't notice and just assume that it's raining again. Togumi goes along with it and points out that how strange it is to be raining when the sun is already shining again. Back in Furin, and Sasaki gets really excited when he sees that other guys have returned. Umemiya can't believe that Sasaki was waiting for them the entire time, and he reminds him that he was supposed to leave it to them. Umemiya reveals that it's all over, and the kids break down as he thanks everyone. Tachibana can't believe that they all got patched up already, and Umemiya explains that they are friends with Lance Head now. Tachibana points out that So doesn't look tired like others, so he explains that he is just a type who doesn't sweat so much. She sees that Sakura is pretty beat up though and welcomes everyone back home. Sakura remembers how Tachibana told him that he can't reach the top on his own and how Umemiya said the same thing. That others wonders if something is wrong with him since he has been quiet for a while. Now Sakura ignores them and says that he is just going home. But Umemiya stops him and explains that this is a day to celebrate. Sakura doesn't think that there is anything worth celebrating, but Umemiya reminds Sakura that he was able to have a conversation during his fight. Umemiya declares that it's dialogue anniversary day, but Sakura has no clue what that is. Sakura just wants to leave, but Umemiya reveals that he wants to speak with him. Sakura thinks that how everything he believed was completely wrong. He thought that you could get to the top all alone, and the strongest guy end up at the top. Everything that had happened recently, though, so that things are not like that. Umemiya wonders how Sakura's conversation went, but Sakura explained that he didn't have one. He didn't hear any voice coming from the fist. Umemiya has a good laugh as Sakura just interpreted that he said incorrectly and he wasn't talking about telepathy and Sakura wasn't supposed to actually hear voices. What he said that fists were a language, he meant that they were a means to convey something. Fists are older than language and what it conveys is primitive. Sakura is confused, so Umemiya clarifies that fists simply convey whether or not you like or hate someone. Sakura spits coffee on Umemiya out of shock and Kyotaro was furious and he was told to calm down. As Umemiya explained that Sakura definitely had a conversation with Togami. He must have gotten closer with him, which is why he came to Togami's defense when Umemiya attacked him. Sakura still doesn't understand why they should celebrate, so Umemiya explained that it's because it's make him happy. Umemiya was so curious when he first heard that someone was coming from out of town and he was Sakura. But the events that have happened recently have made it clear to him that Sakura is a good guy. Someone like him coming to the town just make him happy. Everyone begins to joke around, but Sakura is still upset and can't understand how he can just let everything slide so easily. It's not just Umemiya either, it's everyone in the town. Sakura says that he comes to take the top spot, but he is beginning to realize that it won't be able to as he has never been able to accept anyone, which is why he decided to become stronger on his own. Reaching to the top at Furin would allow him to accept himself for who he is, but it turns out that he needs other people in order to take the top spot. Sakura cannot expect others as he concedes that he will never reach the top. Just Nirei interrupts and reminds Sakura that he told him that he wasn't super lame before Sakura take a good look at him, and it made Nirei really happy. Umemiya then explained that there are conditions that need to be met in order to converse with fish. The person has to confront someone and want to know them, even though Sakura doubts himself. He has proven that he is capable of having conversation with his fish. Umemiya is sure that this means Sakura can achieve anything and he can even reach the top. Sakura is absolutely shocked and others watch as they agree. Sakura angrily point out that him reaching the top would mean that Umemiya lost to him. Umemiya is as casual as ever. He says that they can deal with that when they get there. Kyotaro furiously wants to fight Sakura, so Sakura tells them to bring it on. The guys are getting a little too carried away as Tachibana tells them to settle down. Next day, Sakura steps out into the street, still feeling the aftermath of his brawl yesterday. But right now, the only thing on his mind is Umemiya's advice about trying to get to know the folk around him, and he is walking as Suo and Nirei rolls up from behind to greet him. And that straight up shocks Sakura. They have been following him for a while now, and even though they didn't mean to startle him, Suo thinks Sakura's reaction are freaking hilarious, and they all go to class together. But as they cruise through the hall, Nirei peeps that everyone eyeballing them, making him a little scared. Suo says it's totally normal for people to stare after what went down yesterday, and Sakura couldn't give a damn about what others thinks of him anyway. So he straight up ignores them and opens the class door, but as soon as he does that, he is swarmed by a mob of students who all want to hear about the fight between Suo and Sakura from yesterday. But neither Suo or Sakura wants to waste time explaining all the details, so they dump the task on Nirei's shoulders. But just then, Nirei is about to spill the whole story. Some dude from the back of the class wants in on the conversation, and it's the same dude that was pumping iron when Sakura first arrived, and Nirei recognizes him as Taiga. According to Nirei, Taiga might be a bit weird, but he's just as skilled as Suo or Kyotaro, so he ain't nothing to mess with. Taiga ignores Sakura and starts grilling Suo about whether he finally ready to give him the answer he has been asking for. Suo still is not ready to spill any, and Taiga is cool with that now because he's got something he wants to ask Sakura. He flexes his muscles and throws the question at Sakura, asking about his virtue. Taiga asks every dude he meets about his virtue because he believes that it's important that every man has got to have an ideal they live by, and he is curious about how Sakura and Nirei get because he is obsessed with gathering info about folks he likes. For example, he knows that Taiga always rocks his right so fast and chugs nothing but protein shake. Taiga is blown away that Nirei knows so much about him even though they have never met before, but he respects the dedication to stalking, so he takes a liking to Nirei. Sakura thinks Taiga is hell weird, so so he ain't sure if he is actually strong. But Suo guarantees that Taiga is the real deal. Though Suo is not really feeling that dude either since folks gather around to hear Sakura's story. Taiga suggests that they all hang out after a school to chat about virtue instead. But suddenly everyone start acting all busy, so they straight up decline and bounce them. Then Kyotaro rolls up in the room, takes one look at Taiga and decided he wants no part in whatever the hell is going on. So he turns and heads straight to his desk. Taiga asks the three of them to join him instead, but Sakura and Suo aren't down for it. However, Nirei and taking no for an answer, and he drags them along anyway. And they all end up at Taiga's favorite spot, the joint that looks like WWE restaurant. So Sakura doubts they got any tasty eats in here. When Taiga shows him one of the menu items, Sakura peeps that the food actually looked damn good. Taiga wonders if Sakura is all about food because he could be his virtue, but Sakura tells him he ain't particularly interested in food. Taiga notices that Sakura is not up for talking about his virtue, so he straight up challenges him to a fight instead. That catches Sakura's attention, but Taiga is not mad or anything. He just remembers how badass Sakura looked when he declared that he would be the top dog at Furin High. So there is no way that he don't have some kind of virtue in him. But if he is not feeling talking about it with words, then Taiga wants Sakura to show him with his fist instead. Sakura is all in for good fight, but their attention gets pulled to the front door as one of their classmates walks in. Sakura recognizes him as Mitsuki, but he also peeps that dude holding hands with a girl. Sakura has never done that before, so he feels defeated and hangs his head. Mitsuki greets his classmate, but as soon as he spots Taiga, he decided to take his date to the back of the restaurant to keep as far away from weirdness as possible. Nirei is hyped to see Mitsuki there because it means 4 out of the 5 strongest people are chilling together. And once Taiga is stoked up to see Nirei having a blast, and Nirei starts talking about how Mitsuki used to go to some fancy rich kids middle school, but that didn't stop him from a straight up hoping other troublemakers all by himself. And that dude got some secret romance skill too, and it ain't no surprise that he's popular with the ladies. Nirei even wonders if the girl he brought along with his girl, but Sakura don't want to hear anything about lovey-dovey stuff. He just want to know how strong Mitsuki is. Taiga shouts at Mitsuki, letting him know that Sakura wants to low down on him. Mitsuki turns around and looks eyes with Sakura, and he's cool with chatting it up, but it will have to wait because he is still on a damn date. Taiga ain't getting the hint though, as he keeps bothering Mitsuki to join them for a conversation right now, and he even invites the girl, but she looks scared as hell. So Mitsuki tells Taiga to cut it out, as he knows Taiga is not meaning to harm, but that dude built like a damn truck, so if he start freaking out of nowhere, it's going to freak people, but obvious as hell. And if Taiga don't learn to adjust his behavior, he is not going to be popular with the ladies. Taiga realizes his mistakes and offer a sincere apology for scaring the girl, but since he is already freaked out, Mitsuki suggests they head to another restaurant instead. Taiga feels bad about scaring her because it goes against his own virtue, but therefore he can explain further. They notice some commotion going down outside by the front door. Mitsuki and the girl have been surrounded by a gang, and when others step out to see what's going on, Mitsuki tells them they saw a dude harassing a girl, so he let out and brought the girl here. But it seemed that guy wanted a paycheck, so he rounded up his buddies to track Mitsuki, and the girl looked down. Mitsuki was just helping the girl out, so Taiga grabs his shoulder and starts telling him how freaking awesome he is in his virtue. Must be looking out for ladies. But while Taiga keeps going on about virtue, Mitsuki tells him that it ain't the time for distraction. But Taiga is not listening to Mitsuki, so he was about to get a sneak attack, but luckily Sakura steps in and takes down the attacker with a kick. If there is one thing Sakura can't stand, it that folks try to jump people in a fight, so he ain't letting them get away with it. Taiga agrees with Sakura, so they're both ready to face the gang together. Suo, looking out for her safety, tells the girls to step back as she don't end up as hostage or something, and he ain't joining the fight, but he assured that he choose those 3 and they can handle it like a boss. Taiga asks Sakura if he wants to sit this one-on-one because he is still banged up from yesterday's brawl, but Sakura never backed down from a fight. As the gang attacks, one dude goes straight for Taiga with a punch, and Taiga gets knocked the hell down. But as the guy tried to throw a second punch, Taiga grabs his hand and lets everyone know he always lets his opponent get the first hit in before he unleashes his own fury. Then he suplexes the dude in the flashiest way possible because his virtue is always stealing the freaking spotlight. Sakura thinks that he's dumb, but Taiga has been weird from the start, so he just keep fighting. Then suddenly some dude come at Sakura from behind, so he spins around real quick and kicks the guy away from, and he starts complaining to Mitsuki about him sending fox flying in his direction. Mitsuki says he figured it would be quicker if he just sent the attackers in Sakura way, so when another guy tried to sneak up on him, he sent the dude flying towards Sakura. Since it's basically just Sakura and Taiga doing all the fighting, Nirei wonders if Mitsuki is pushing their way to them because he enjoy it. But Suo thinks it's more about keeping the attackers far from the girl. And Nirei, who can't fight for them, he tells Mitsuki he is not going to worry it because he got their backs. And when one guy tried to come after others, Suo gives him a one-way ticket to the dance floor with everything under control. The fights end with a straight-up win for the Furine boys. And now that the fight over, Taiga tells Sakura he can say the slogan. Now Sakura ain't got a clue what he's talking about, but it's understandable since he has been here for only 3 days. So Taiga tells him to memorize what he is about to say. That anyone who causes pain, wreck or get evil intentions in their heart will get their asses kicked by Furine with no exception. And to really drive the point home, Mitsuki steps up to the dude who started this whole mess and warns him about what will happen if he pulls some dumb stuff like this again. And once they bounce, Mitsuki tells the girl that she's all good now and she's genuinely grateful for how much he and the others helped her. So she's about to split. Mitsuki mentions how he knew Sakura had to be strong after seeing him handle this fight with Togami, that he never expected Sakura to be this damn strong. Taiga brings up how Sakura is aiming to be the top eventually, but Mitsuki didn't know about that because he was too busy playing a game when Sakura first introduced himself. He is glad that he found out about Sakura's strength before the vote for the great captain, but anyway he wants Sakura's contact info so they can keep in touch. The others wants to get his number too, but Sakura has never got any friend before, so he doesn't know how to share his info in the first case. Mitsuki says he will just add his number to Sakura's phone, but when he opens Sakura's contact, he sees that Sakura has only one contact named Weather, and they all think it's pretty funny. So they end up giving Sakura their phone number, and the next day Sakura is zoning out and staring at all his new contacts when Tachibana sneaks up from behind and asks what he's looking at. Sakura gets a jump scare and drops his phone as Tachibana says sorry for sneaking up on him like that, but she bends down to pick up his phone and she peeps the contact and decides to add her number to it. Sakura acts like he doesn't care, but he is glad to have another name on his list. Then he notices that he is in a group chat with all other dudes, so if he want to ask them about the great captain thing Mitsuki mentioned yesterday, but he ain't used to texting, so he don't know when to jump in with his question. So instead he just eats his food and heads to class to ask them directly. Since Sakura knew to texting, Suo gets why he ain't got the hang of it yet. And without hearing about the great captain a moment later, the 3 leaders of the second year come in: Inomoto, Kasumi and Kaji, and Nirei is hella hyped up to see them. Inomoto tells everyone that they don't give a damn about how they do it, but they get to decide on the grade that who is going to be great captain right now. The great captain is one responsible for the class, so basically the head henchman Suo raises his hand, so Sakura thinks he's volunteering for the position, but then Suo points in Sakura's direction and nominates him to be the great captain. Sakura tries to speak up, but everyone starts shouting that Sakura would be a great captain. Sakura trying to say Kyotaro would be better fit, but everyone is quick to point out that he ain't cut out for that kind of role. Sakura argues that he ain't either, but the real issue is that he is an outsider. Other student is not tripping though because Sakura has proved himself in a short time and earned their trust, plus the 3 skilled dudes in the class watching for Sakura. Suo steps up and offers to be one of the Sakura's right hand peeps, suggesting Nirei for the other spot. Sakura can't even believe what's going on because the great captain is like the cream of the crop, and he reflects on how he wanted the top spot just for his ego, and it hits him that he's acting like Umemiya. Right then one of the second year sidekicks got impatient and straight up said great captain is not all that a special dude, and that dude is yelling hell aloud, but everyone getting shocked when he takes off his headphone and his voice goes back to normal, and it turned out to be he has been blasting his music way too loud and folks wondering if he's about to blow out his eardrum. He decides to settle things and straight up tells Sakura to take the captain's role, and he points out that he ain't nobody expecting Sakura to be flawless, and if things don't go well they can always swap him out for someone else. Sakura gets mad and tells the second year captain that he should be the one deciding, but he gets hit with a bombshell when dude explains that Kaji is the real second year captain. Inomoto steps up and announces that Sakura is going to be the first captain, but Sakura is quick to remind them that he ain't agreed to anything. Yet Inomoto reminds Sakura that he just said the captain got to make the call and Kaji already did, everyone trying to reassure that he is going to be just fine, except for Kyotaro, who knocked the hell out. Nirei was shocked when the second years started sharing contact info with Sakura and Suo. Inomoto mentioned that there are a lot of talented first year this time and told Sakura to give it their all in leading them. Sakura ain't got a damn clue about how to handle this, so Inomoto straight up tells him to do whatever the hell he feels like for now. That just pisses Sakura off when because he doesn't want anything either, and Nirei gets an idea and tells 3 dudes to stick close to Kaji while he does this round. Nirei spills to Sakura that Kaji used to be quick to throw down in fights before middle school, so you never know what might set him off. Right then, some old lady starts crying about their losing her kid, and Kaji reassured that they are going to find her. Nirei is held surprised that Kaji ends up passing the task to Kosumi. Sakura can't believe it either because they thought a badass captain would be all hands on like Umemiya's, worrying about the missing kid, and Sakura declares that they're going to make damn sure to find her. Just then Sakura gets shocked when he sees that Suo shared his bird in the group chat. Sakura is thinking nobody going to give a damn, but turns out that everyone is hyped about it. Sakura then bumps into some freaking cat, and Inomoto shows up to reveal that the missing child is actually a missing cat, and they started chasing after the cat, but that sucker ends up climbing a freaking building, and Inomoto like, and we can do now. But Sakura straight up shocks everyone with their parkour skills and smoothly scales the damn building. Sakura is right on the cat's tail, and Kaji watching him closely. Sakura barely dodges, smashing into someone, but still struggling to catch that damn cat. The dumb fowl jumps off some sketchy bridge, and Sakura is left with nothing to do. But Sakura gets a major shock when Kaji comes out of nowhere and dives right after that little devil. A few moments after, the old lady is all grateful to Inomoto for saving her cat, but he gives all the credit to Kaji. She goes to thank Kaji, but he just tells to make sure it doesn't happen again. She promises to be more careful, and the crew gets a thank you gift. Sakura goes and asks Kaji what the hell he wants as a captain, but Kaji got zero clue what he's talking about. Kaji explains he didn't even want to be captain in the first place, but only he did it because his buddies wanted him to. Sakura starts to connect the dot and realizes that Kaji's situation is similar to his own, and he figures out that there is no real reason for Kaji to be captain. Then maybe he doesn't have to do it. But for some strange reason, Kaji takes great offense to Sakura's bird and says something about not being able to make candy if he runs out. Kaji explains that he's not good at communicating like Kusumi or rounding up the guys like Inomoto, so he relies on them, but at the same time they rely on him too. He feels the need to live up to their expectations and does his best to do. Sakura realizes that it's okay not to have a specific desires, but then he questions whether living up his friends' expectations is something he really wants to do. Nirei hands Sakura the gift they received from their help and compliments him on how ninja-like he looked while chasing after the cat. Nirei knew that Sakura could be counted on because they have always been reliable. Sakura wants to confirm that Kaji told him, so he asks his friend if they choose him to be great captain because they are counting on him without hesitation. They confirm it and assure Sakura that he can count on them too. A little later, Sakura collapses inside Tachibana's restaurant after carrying the old lady, and old lady jokingly jump off if she has gained weight, but Sakura brushes it off although he looks exhausted. Tachibana notices his tired appearance and suggests that he wasn't getting enough sleep. She hits the mark, but Sakura decides not to let her know that he has spent the entire night pondering his role as captain. Sakura gets surprised when Tachibana asks if his class had chosen a captain yet. She realizes that it must be him and expresses her belief that he will make a great captain. Sakura, however, points out that he doesn't know what to do. Luckily, Tachibana offers him some advice. If he is unsure, he could start with what he can do. Sakura can't argue with her wise bird, but tells her to stay out of it. Nonetheless, Tachibana continues to offer valuable advice, suggesting that remembering his classmate name and faces is something he can do. Calling people by their names will show that he has taken the time to know them better. Sakura suddenly realizes that he hasn't been calling anyone by their names, and Tachibana encouraged him to start practicing right away. Feeling overwhelmed, Sakura decided to run off. The old lady called him bashful, but Tachibana believes that Sakura is actually afraid of forming close relationship with people. As Sakura returns to a school, he asks Nirei to tell everyone's name. His sudden interest in getting to know everyone surprises his friends, and Sakura simply explained that it wouldn't hurt to know more about them. His friendly playfully questioned whether he even looks their name, which offends Sakura. Nirei continues naming the student, but one named Anjai appears upset and leaves the class. Just then, an announcement is made for the first captains of their secondaries to meet on the roof. Nirei eagerly wonders what it could be and urges Sakura to hurry up. As they arrive, they find out that everyone else is already there and Ketaro is working on some gardening. Inomoto explained that the first year captains in secondaries are mostly guys who were famous during their middle school. The second year captains are mainly those who carried over their captain position from their first year in secondary school. Suo has already talked to most of these guys, but Sakura feels overwhelmed because he now has even more names and faces to remember. Sensing Sakura's stressing, Nirei begins going over everyone's name. Sakura can't believe that Nirei knows all the names of the captains, but Nirei points out that he actually knows the name and faces of everyone at the school. Even Suo is shocked to hear this and and Nirei explained that he recently borrowed the school roster to memorize all the names. Nirei knows that he isn't particularly useful in a fight, so he thought he could make Sakura's life a bit easier in his way by memorizing everyone's name for him. He is determined to help Sakura reach the top just as he promised, and impressed by Nirei's contribution, Suo decides that he will be their negotiator. The other guys are a bit confused, as so Suo explained that he is skilled at persuading others to accept his request. Suo declares that they should all do their best, and Sakura is impressed by how well they know their own strength. Sakura leaves those tasks to his friends, and they are shocked when he calls them both by their names. Umemiya shows up with more students, but Sakura becomes annoyed at the thought of having to remember even more names, especially the names of the great captain. However, Nirei is terrified as he explains that those people are not great captains, they are 4 knights of Furin High, along with their secondaries. Sakura ain't getting anything why Nirei is so damn hyped. So Nirei repeats that these are the 4 badass leaders of Furin High, and the team they led are Taimon, that is led by Toma Hiragi, Jikoku, led by Kino Tasuku, Jocho team led by Saku Mizuki, and Kumoku team led by Takumi Mimose. Then Umemiya thanks everyone for showing up and tells them that the people behind him will be taking charge of Furin from now on. But before he gets into all that, he got something more important to share. His garden has been fully transplanted thanks to Kyotaro's help, so the summer barbecue is going to be damn good. Hiragi tells Umemiya that it ain't time to talk about his damn garden. He gathered everyone here so at least he can do his great new Kika's captain. Umemiya wasn't planning on giving a big speech there, but there is something he wants to say, so he turns to everyone and says he is counting on them. He may be strong, but he can't be everywhere at once, and he can't watch out for everyone all of damn time. So he wants them to look out for others. Everyone promises that they will live up to Umemiya's expectations, and then they start chatting away with each other. After a while, Umemiya comes over to Sakura's crew, and he is shocked to see Sakura as the great captain. He also tells Nirei and Suo that he will be counting on them too, but if any of them ever get in trouble, they shouldn't hesitate to ask their upperclassmen for help. With that, the meeting basically done, so Sakura and others head back to their class. Once they are back, Taiga starts asking what the hell they were called for, so Nirei brags out meeting the 4 Heavenly Kings after school. They all roll out together, and since they don't get to go on patrol today, Taiga suggests they hit up Muscle's restaurant again. Nirei is down with that idea, but the others shout him down right away. Just then, Sakura spots a couple of dudes strolling through the streets in matching white jackets, and they look pretty damn sharp. So he asks them if they are looking for something. The leader of the 3 says that they happen to be looking for a dude from Furin High, but none of them fit the bill. So they turn around and bounce. As they bounce, Suo spots the logo on the back of their jackets and recognizes it as Kill Crew. Suo don't know how much about them, repeated. Suo don't know much about them, but he knows that it ain't nothing but sad rumors about those guys. Right then, all they hear is old lady screaming her lungs out as she peeks into an alley and her friends Anjai looking all beat up and bruised. Eventually, Anjai wakes up and sees everyone looking all buried around him. But when they bring him inside and ask what went down, he starts spitting some about getting chased by a giant dog till he knocked himself out. And not anybody is going to believe that story, and even Sakura, so they press Anjai to spill what really happened. But he don't want to talk about it for some reason and comes up with an excuse to dip before he bounces. Suo asks him if this has anything to do with the kill dude they saw earlier. Anjai tries to deny it, but his face spills everything, and he still lives to avoid talking about it any further. But now that they know Kill was behind it because of Anjai's reaction, the others wonder how the hell Suo figured out Kill was involved, and he ain't have no reason to suspect them, but that dude earlier had the whole villainous plot vibe going on, so it was pretty damn hard not to come up to that conclusion. With that info, they got now. Nirei asks Sakura what they plan if Kill really beat up Anjai. They got to help him, but Sakura thinks jumping into action right away would be too damn rushed. Besides, Anjai didn't ask for their help. Maybe he don't want to drag others into this mess. Even so, Nirei still thinks it's their duty as his homies to lend a hand even if he don't want to. That reminds Sakura what Umemiya said about looking out for each other as much as possible. As he bounces in a hurry out before he drifts off, the old lady offers him some food for the road. As he gifts, Sakura gets all flustered, but he takes it and storms off without saying anything. After spending some time with Sakura, he knows deep down Sakura wants to help Anjai, to even if he never admitted elsewhere. That evening, Anjai is seen chatting with some girl at the playground, and she's seriously freaking out about Anjai getting himself all messed up like this. But he says he can handle it, so he asks if he managed to convince Nagato to come back to their crew, but he ain't had no luck. Anjai is worried that Nagato might cross a line and he can't come back from it if he stays with the Kill. The girl tries to get him to ask Boffrin Bofurine for help, but Anjay still refuses because Bofurine is a crew that protects the whole town, and this personal seat for him is not suited. So he doesn't want to drag everyone into the fight. Girls don't want him dealing with this alone, so she offers to roll up with him next time. He confronts Threat, but Anjay shuts that idea down because it's too damn dangerous for her to get involved. He tried to tell her not to worry, but after seeing how beat up he already is, there is no way she wouldn't be worried. As Anjay dips, she sits on a bench and Sakura comes up to her asking her to spill about the talk she just had with Anjay. She hesitates at first, but Sakura says he is from the same class as Anjay, and after checking out his Furien uniform, she knows he ain't lying, so she agrees to break it down for him. And it turned out that she and Anjay have been tight since they were little kids. They used to play together all the time. Then this dude Nagato joins their crew even though they all went to different schools. She thought they could all stay tight recently, so she bumped into Anjay at the playground and come over to catch up, and she see he wasn't in the best shape, so she figured he got into another scrap or something. That when she mentioned wanting to link up with Nagato again, so the three of them could hang up like all time. But Anjay drops a bombshell as he tells that he got messed up, but someone from crew called Keel, he saw dude snatching purses outside of the town, and he tried to stop him and grab that dude arm, but when he got a good look at that dude, he realized that it was Nagato. She can't believe Nagato would do something like that, so Anjay wanted to bring Nagato here to hear his side of the story. But when Anjay comes back, he was all beat up and wouldn't spill about what happened. All he said was that Keel is a straight up trouble, but he also said that he would handle it with his own hand. She is feeling hell frustrated because her homies are in deep trouble and she can't do anything to help. So she starts bawling her eyes out, but Sakura, still struggling with his emotions, tell her that he is at loss for what to do eventually, but he tells her he is going to bring Nagato here so they can sort their things out, and the girls was relieved to hear that. Even though Anjay said it's a bad idea to involve Furien, but Sakura says it all work out eventually, so she can leave it to him. The girl gives a little smile and thanks Sakura for being a solid dude. Then she gets up and says all this drama got her feelings mad hungry. Sakura gets all possessive over his food and tells her that she can't have any, but she wasn't even asking for his food. Sakura said he would help her, but now he got to figure out how. So he walks into the class and the crew greets him, but then he spots Anjay across the room trying to pass off his injuries as zombie attack, and ain't nobody buying that. Sakura knows if he straight up asks Anjay about it, the dude would just change the subject, so he ain't bother bringing up the conversation he had with girl. Sakura yesterday, right then, someone from another class rolls in looking for Anjay. He goes up to him and says some creepy dude in a hood gave him a letter to deliver to Anjay. Anjay recognizes the description and starts freaking out about what the letter might say. He opens it hesitantly and it's just as bad as he feared, and he takes off running out of there. Sakura chases after him, yelling to Anjay to wait, but Anjay ain't stopping, so Sakura got to jump down the stairs to cut him off, and he tells Anjay that he heard the whole story from the girl, so he knows the letter must be from Keel, and he tells Anjay to let him take a look of what he sees in the picture of the Keel, and he sees a Keel crew holding a bloody Nagato hostage, demanding Anjay to show up at the shipping yard. Anjay tried to brush it off, saying that it ain't his problem, but Sakura grabbed his soldier and sincerely asks for the deeds because he really wants to help. Finally, Nirei agrees to spill everything. He tells Sakura that 2 days ago he saw a Keel member snatching an old lady purse, so he stepped in and grabbed that dude, but when he pulled the guy's hood down, he realizes it was Nagato. Nagato freaked the hell out and punched Anjay in the face and dropped the purse. Anjay couldn't believe that his damn eyes, so the next day he gets back to the same spot to find Nagato and gets some damn explanation. When he finally spots him, Nagato is getting yelled at for stealing enough cash. The dude holding him by the shirt threatens to punch him for every 1,000 yen. Anjay ain't about to just sit there and watch Nagato take a beat down, so he rushes in and kicks the leader away and offers Nagato a hand to escape, but Nagato smacks his hand away and tells Anjay he shouldn't have come to the other's hand. Nagato a stick and he takes it reluctantly, but he sees on his face he ain't happy about what he is about to do, so he swings the stick and cracks Anjay across the head with it. But eventually Anjay manages to break free and ends up in an alley where Sakura and the crew find him. Sakura can't understand why Nagato would stick with Keel after all they put him through, and Anjay don't get it either, but he knows something seriously messed up if Nagato was crying like that. Back when they used to play together, Nagato never shed a tear, even when he broke his leg or they got lost in the damn forest. So Anjay can't even imagine that they went down to make him cry like that. He may not know exactly why Nagato is sticking with Keel, but he knows he got to get him, so there is for his own good. Sakura gets it and tells Anjay to hurry the hell up so they can save Nagato. Anjay says he doesn't want to drag Furien into this, but Sakura says he is not going as a Furin member, as he is going because Sakura asked him to bring Nagato back. So it's his problem now. And at the same time, the whole class starts coming down the stairs because they heard the whole story. They ask Anzai why the hell he didn't tell them. He says he didn't want Furin to get involved because they're supposed to protect the town, not deal with outside of it. Taiga steps up and says they aren't helping him because they are Furin member. They are helping him because they are his damn friends. Even Kyotaro wakes up from his nap all pissed off to lend a hand. Now everything sorted, the whole class heads out to the abandoned shipyard to rescue Nagato, and Inomoto and his crew see them from window and wonders what the hell they are up to. So this is recap of the anime called as Windbreaker. Thank you for watching this. Please like, share and subscribe for more. Thank you. See you next time.